dwarf set eyes upon, in the big room which did have the spirits that Road had conjured previously, which have now departed, there's a deep slime along the floor. It looks deeper than it would be in the passageways, and in the center of it is a rather large worm that has many mouths with many teeth and
many
glowing blue
boobs.
eyes. Yes, boob worm. That's where we got to.
I'm kind of creeped out now.
The boob worm, no. Reminds me of those things in that new Star Wars movie that Luke was milking.
Okay, people. It's a giant worm with many boobs. That is my creature. Like, I'm out. Bye bye.
So when you sort of poke your head around the doorway, you guys, and look through, it hasn't noticed you yet. It's kind of undulating in the slime and slithering around.
I think fighting it in the slime-filled room might be a problem.
I've never had a creature undulate before.
Welcome to Lex's dirty mind, I guess. So what's the plan then, boys? What we're gonna do? How are we gonna fight this creature? Anyone got any cunning plans?
Don't get hit with a stinger.
Well, that's one thing. Thank you very much for the useless knowledge. Anyone else?
Axes are really good against just about anything.
Oh, God. Sliver.
Oh man, we need like an invulnerability spell. Focus him on one person. We need to focus pull him.
I think what we need is a ranger to pull him into the corridor. Then we finish him off. I've got no problem blocking up the door, but it means if I block up the door, half people aren't going to be able to attack.
Can he fit in the corridor? Can the worm fit in the corridor? Or is he too big for it?
It looks as though if you were to draw it into the corridor, it would take up the whole of the corridor. Whether it could force itself down there, perhaps maybe it could sort of squeeze its way through.
So is the ceiling too tall for it to build a whip its like tail around? Like,
yeah, it would be like floor to ceiling.
Okay.
Kind of
so
like
then,
what
yeah.
my character's like at the moment.
So if we get him to come like face in first, he won't be able to whip his little tail around and hurt us.
Yeah, but my main concern is we don't exactly have a shield wall there, do we? We can't exactly like me and Samson, me and Gorban can't swap places.
Yeah, but you're the shield wall. You've always been the shield wall.
No, we've got Gorban now, and he seems quite keen on the idea of setting off every single thing in the planet. So let him go first. I'm a shaman, don't you know?
I say we draw him into the corridor, and we bring him all the way back to the T, because there's a T way back. Isn't there?
That's the plan. We could do that. If someone goes in and gets aggro and then runs,
Without getting stabbed by a stinger.
it should be easy enough. Just go in and yell insults at it.
Your mama was a snowblower.
And your father smelt of elderberries.
Okay, you yell at the worm, and the worm sort of hears the sound. No torch. You don't get initiative.
But.
I
So-
just say, ugly sluggo, over here.
You're going to jeer it.
Oh God.
And then make like a tree.
A leaf.
Hey, y'all
Mate.
said you wanted him in the corridor.
Make like a tree and get the hell out.
Doesn't quite work that way, Alec, does it? We're all doomed now. Thanks, guys.
So, feel free to use your full movement, Samson, and position yourself as you like for your initiative.
Mm, mm.
I mean, this this was the plan, right? Get its attention and draw it to us.
Oh yeah.
You know, the funny part is he just might be taller than the dwarf that he's trying to hide behind.
You guys got horns, right? Okay. Right there. Actually,
cool.
no. Actually, right here. Over here. Right at the corner.
Okay.
Psst. What do you say? Sluggo! Come forth and take your midnight snack.
So it kind of slithers through the slime, almost using it as like a propellant to get itself across the floor. Have I got that linked? Yes, I do. Here we go. And it sort of, its eyes roll around until they look at you guys in that doorway, and it seems to take in a great breath, like, and its body starts to inflate a little bit,
Run!
and then
Shoots barbs.
Or it expels noxious gas, thus we all die. Thank you very much, guys.
Because there's nowhere to go. other than
Crap.
the
It's a breath weapon of a titworm.
Yes, the most deadliest titworm.
Titworm breath weapon incoming.
so it looks like Samson, the dwarf, and Road need to make save versus breath weapons.
Yeah, never gonna happen.
Yeah, that's like my worst save.
10. Save that.
That's a couple of nopes.
Damn it.
That's 3 nopes. Let's roll some damage. That's not so bad. You all take 4 damage as a gout of greenish, corrosive, flame-like material erupts from its mouth, and for a few seconds you're bathed in this burning heat. So those of you with fur, your fur kind of gets singed.
Right, fucking screw this. Little bastard deserves to die.
Oh, that
Yeah.
smell. Burning hair.
Charge him.
Okay.
You know, that's probably the best idea, so he can't get more than one of us with that breath weapon.
You go splashing through the slime.
Splashing through the slime.
Do I get to attack or is that my full movement?
No, you can attack here.
Sounds
Here
like
we go with
health.
the guns for damage again.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
but
good
I think
damage.
this is a large creature though, so
It is indeed. Yeah, you cleave into its, like, down the side of its many mouths. You see that it takes damage
that
from
is
your
what you
attack.
get for singeing my fur, evil titworm.
Well, there's only one thing I can do, and that's cast insatiable thirst on it.
Insatiable thirst on the worm.
He gets
Also
a
drink the bear.
saving throw to negate it, and the range is 5 yards per level. So that's 15 feet per level, and I'm level. Let's see if I can even get it from here. I am level 3, so that's 45 feet from me
Whoa.
to it. Nope, nope, can't make it. Too far. I'll have to get closer. Is the fire still there?
No, it's not.
Right. I'll get to right about 30 more feet right there. And shoot it with my sling.
Yep.
Okay.
Go for it.
Sling. Whoops. Past it. There it is. Hit. AC 5 would be 15.
That is a hit.
Large creature?
Yep.
D6 plus 1. Ooh, max damage.
Nice.
7.
Let's hit it in one of its eyes.
The eye pops.
Take that, titworm!
So is that its official name now, Titworm?
Of course. I mean, unless it speaks up and says its name is Bob.
But no, my name's Bob.
Don't hurt me. I'm just a lowly titworm. I mean, Bob.
Oh, you and that voice changer.
That is a good hit. It's looking a little bit worse for wear. Yellow snow scurries along the floor, crawling and ducking as to be underneath any breath weapons coming his way. As any other party at my movement rate, I hop on the wall, climb with a climb check. You can certainly get up the wall. I say, Mr. Sampson.
This stuff's definitely gonna slow me down. I'm gonna try to run up to get behind him.
Mhm.
So I get how much movement you want to give me?
8.
If you want to bolt through this stuff, because you're quite little, if you dex check it, you'll be able to move your full rate.
I fall on my face and my face just skids against the slime.
No, that's a good.
No, that's
Oh,
good.
wait.
You did it perfectly. You
Okay.
can run across the slime as though it's not there. Maybe your little claws carry you.
Cat claws.
His kitty claws.
Can I select? Oh, okay, I have that thing. Okay. Dun 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 dun
Doing that Mission Impossible music.
dun dun
Dun dun dun dun dun dun dun.
dun dun.
Dun.
Do I get to make attack too, or just get back there? I'm cool with just getting back there, but you know. Just
See how far
If
you.
you're gonna give me a free attack.
Yeah, you can position to there, but it'll take you.
What
What
was
the
that?
hell?
I don't know.
Was that like an applaud track for doing it so well?
I'm gonna get back there, and that tail's gonna be like psychic and be like, "Ooh, a kitty cat."
So it's going to try and bite the bear who did it the most damage.
Putting it on dead worm. No.
So
Huh?
both its lash and its bite misses.
No.
Then
I can't unless I have to.
then it turns to the dwarf and attempts to swallow him.
That's okay. You can swallow the dwarf.
It looks like I can.
Wow.
It rears up over you and it just comes down over the top of you. You feel its teeth grind against your armor and your flesh as you're pushed slowly into its gullet, and you take
Okay, boys. Now that we've got rid of the dwarf, we can leave. Let's go.
you take 9 damage as
Fucking
So-
soundboard.
so your dwarf gets swallowed.
Oh no. That's not good
So-
for you. I forgot to put the Mr. Yak sticker on him.
There you go. There you go. I'm just going to attack it.
That is a very good hit indeed. You do it a whole ton of damage. It is looking really screwed up.
Foul.
Well, I was going to cast Insatiable Thirst, but I don't want to drown the dwarf, so I'm just going to shoot it. Yes. Shoot it till it's dead. With my sling. 19 would be really bad.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Oh, that's a 1. I rolled a 1.
Oh, into combat. That means you hit Road. Roll again to see if you hit his AC.
Okay.
Probably won't. It's a point when a small stone hits on the back of the head. It's like, what?
Plunk.
14 is really bad.
Yeah, that's not a hit on him.
You'd need to roll a 1.
Corbin's turn. He takes. Corbin, you can attempt. You can do the following: lie there and die, or you could attempt to fight your way out. So to fight your way out, you'd be on a -4 on your to hit roll, and we'll see what you hit. You just need a flat 10 to just strike at its innards.
Oh, okay. I was gonna try something else, but that works. Similar, but it's all good.
What were you going to do, like?
Well, you know, I had the idea of brace my axe against one side of where I'm at, maneuver around, brace my feet against the other side, and use my nice strength to just push my axe into its vulnerable innards.
That is a good 1 you rolled there, although the damage is high, so you feel yourself cleave something vital, and you're splashed with digestive juices, blood and mucus, and it begins to fill up. You're still trapped inside this worm, and it counts as you being underwater because you obviously can't breathe in bodily fluids. So the others will have to. You can either try and hack your way out, or the others can help dig you out.
Poor Corbin, we did not know him at all. Would we know that he's inside the worm, still alive?
You might not know he lives. You
can-
saw it.
can
eat
we-
him.
Exactly. So as far as we're concerned, he's dead. He's been swallowed alive.
Hey, he's
Would-
got to be still in there.
Well,
Maybe if like shouts or something, you'd hear him like. "Roar."
Hmm.
I imagine him moving as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, a flat get out would be like a bend bars.
He's moving. You can probably see him still moving in the gullet. Because I could get my axe out and start cutting into it, and try and find the dwarf, see if he's still alive.
Wow.
I'll aim slightly.
Wow. You kind of force your way out through the side of its hide, like you burst out like some horrible dwarven xenomorph in a shower of like wormy goo and bile and guts.
That is going to ruin your face hair.
Disgusting.
It is not a very pretty creature. Ah, Goblin, it is good to see you still live. I thought for a second you might have died. I was overcome with grief.
Yes, good. Now that that's settled, where do we go from
And
here?
now what is settled? Well, I think we still have to rescue Webkey.
I do say there might be poison within it. Stinger? He likes to see if there's a stinger. It's a purple worm.
It's got like a meaty sort of fleshy tail, but there's no stinger on the back.
Or not.
How heavy is the creature?
It's large. It's fairly heavy.
I'm just going to drag it with us. Use it as a barricade.
Let's throw it at something.
Well, no, what I was going to do, I was going to hollow it out, skin it out, and then pretend, and on my weekends I could lie in it and pretend to be a slugworm.
Use it like a puppet. Come at people.
Yeah. Ah! Come on then, people. What is the plan? Are we staying here or are we going further on? I think this was the way out last time, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Oh man, Clangeddon is
Fucking
not
one
favouring you.
Clangeddon was like, fuck, I raised that worm to eat him. How dare he survive?
You feel the gods have abandoned you.
Oh, I want to say that line for Gorban so bad.
Go on then.
Can't no worm be holding a warrior of Clangeddon for long?
That wasn't bad, actually. I'm impressed with that. You should do more voice work.
Oh, I say, Gorban, are you all right?
Welcome back.
Well,
He's
I
looking a bit beat up.
just got swallowed by a worm. Broke out of it. I'm alive. I'm alright.
I can't actually see his hit points. I can see everybody else's, but not his. Or Yellow Snow's for that matter. Okay, then let's continue. We have to find Webkey. It is important we find Webkey.
As you continue on down the tunnels, it seems to be devoid of slime. This area, there's no evidence that slime has been in here previously. Ooh, it crashed on me.
Because you've been hacking again, isn't it?
It's true. I won't even lie. Here we go. I am back again.
There and back again. Oh, Hobbit's-Dale.
Indeed. Yellow, it's one of those icy kind of light orbs that you appropriated previously. And it's kind of fixtured onto the wall on one of those brass kind of... It looks like a brass hand that's holding it. Explodes! No, it doesn't really. It's just a brass finger. You kind of like hang off it a little bit. The globe, the kind of snowy globe rattles on it a little bit. Clearly, it's not fastened. It is. I can see it.
I need a. I'm going to do a perception check just to see if I can remember which way we went.
You went right.
Follow the scent of web. She smells like mice and poop.
There you go. Should be done now. Go. Gold, your thiefy senses tell you that they took the right fork when you get to that red line. That's the one. Yeah, little slimy cat prints.
I know where I am now.
Fly, you fools!
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Slow, quiet pacing of the
Yep. There's not much conversation going on.
Yeah, you make your way into the room. Those that were here before remember it as being the place where you were enthralled and were eating a disgusting meal previously. The table is still there and has horrible things upon it.
Okay, for those who have not been here before, this is the way to the secret room with the bad guy in. So, do not worry about it. We will kill him very quietly. Right, going up the stairs, slowly but surely.
Okie dokie. I will switch you guys over.
So we got a brand new kitten, and this little jerk, because he's on my lap purring away, and I have the headphones on, keeps attacking my fucking headphones cord.
That is what they do.
He's the
So
only
as you-
real cat we have.
As you guys ascend the stairs, you come into an area that's more well lit, and you recognize it as the previous area that you'd been to, which the speakeasy was located. As you sort of round the corner, and you can hear the sound of music being played, it's kind of a 6-beat music. It's repetitive, it's melodic, and it's being professionally played. You can hear a little bit of conversation, but there's a little bit of clapping in time to this music that's kind of like filling the hallways.
You get there, Webkey looks like $1 million. She looks like she's been living the high life.
Just to let you know, Lex, I'm still dragging that chest, but I'm carrying that chest with me. Big chest that we put the girl in.
Mm-hmm.
Been putting it down for the combat, so picking it up again and then taking it with me.
Can't take it with you.
Fucking can. Try and stop.
So as you kind of like peer around the doorway, you can see. Let's see what you can see. So I can see that you can. So you can see there are dancers in there. There's what looks like a bardic fellow. He's playing this particular 6-step tune, and around him there are 4 dancers, and each one is dancing in time, perfectly in time, rotating around him in a kind of clockwise direction. Some of you may have met the dancers before.
Nipple.
And then
Pull half up.
as you peer past him, there's a raised stage of what looks like wood, and upon the stage you can see Webkey.
Dancing lady.
She's wearing, it must be her enchanted dress. It's as red as blood. Along it is a kind of, there's a rose motif. Rose and violets are embroidered upon it. She has roses in her hair. And she's dancing with a fellow who looks like this. And they're dancing in time to the music as well. They seem completely absorbed with each other.
Good, at least she will stop asking to marry me. Right, I'm going to walk in with the chest over my shoulder. It is I, Road. I have returned for Webkey.
The dancers ignore you entirely, but sitting upon the throne is the same fellow you met before, only he's not wearing anything at all. So he's massive. He's bigger than you, Road. He has multiple what look like mouths upon his blubbery chest, and
Nice.
he is grinning as he watches the people dance, and he's like clapping in time to it. He hasn't noticed your proclamation. The music's a touch too loud.
Okay, I'm going to yell it then. I can generate a lot of noise when I need to be. And start walking up towards him with the chest on my shoulder. It is I, Road. I have returned. Stop making the music so you can hear me.
He looks round on his great throne, and he kind of points at you. It's too early for you to be here. Leave. You're not welcome. You're just a disgusting pawn. And the tiefling kind of moves to about here to kind of stand between where your sort of direction is and where he is on the throne. Leave now, and I'll let you live.
But we had a deal, and I have got what you have asked for. I have got the essence of the thingy, I have the feathers of the thingy, and I have Listy tied up and bound in the chest. She's not very happy.
He raises an eyebrow. Ah, that is different. Well done. Roll Listy out. I wish to set eyes upon the disgusting creature.
No, you have to come get her. She's very angry with me. If she sees me, she will go mad and attack me.
I do not leave my throne for anybody.
Oh well, then I guess I will leave it here. Then give me web and we can go.
You left your princess here?
I
He
did not
looks
have
around.
much of a choice to leave Webkey here. She made the decision. Okay, Lex, I'm going to put the chest on the floor. I'm going to turn it away from him. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to bend down over it. And I'm going to say, now Listy, shush, stop complaining. You agreed to do this. Into the chest. They can't see into the chest because it's the way it's been faced towards them with the lid up.
Okay.
I'm not a very good actor though, so
Roll
But it-
charisma.
but-
Let's see how good of an actor you are.
I'm really not very good at an act. Okay.
Shakespearean bear.
I'm not sure the bear of Celeste. Okay. Blow my charisma.
Yeah, you put on a good show. The large creature upon the throne, he waves to his little tiefling. You there, go and see it. Drag the disgusting, listy creature over here to me. And she kind of nods and says, yes, my lord. And she starts to walk over.
Just wait for her to get close and I'm going to snap the chest shut and say, not for you.
She rests one hand on the top of her shield and is like, I know, I'm not interested in her. I'm here to pick her up.
It's
Hand her
not
over.
for you, it's for him. You do not touch it. This box is under my protection.
Then take it over to him.
That seems a little silly, but okay. Pick up the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else? Oh, everyone's standing at the back, right? Okay. Chest over. And I'm going to place it just next to his throne. And I'm going to open it up so it's facing away from them, so they can't see into it. And then I'm going to pull out the amulet that was in the chest, the amulet of Auril. And I'm going to look at it and go, oh dear, seems Listy must have escaped and left this amulet of Auril behind. And then I'm gonna strike out at the tiefling with my spear.
Supplies.
Okay, and you did well on your charisma, so you can get a surprise attack on the tiefling.
I missed, so it's all good. Unless she's got really shitty armor class, I missed.
No, she'd have to be like, I don't know what she'd have to be doing.
Fucking retard.
I'll catch your spear with my forehead. The great one upon the throne, he bellows, traitors, pawns of Auril. I knew I couldn't have trusted you. No matter. Dancers, kill them for me. And we will do some initiative stuff.
There's quite a few of them.
Is that me too? Do I get to kill people
Up
up on the stage?
As Webkey.
Yes.
No, Webkey's dancing at the moment.
Damn it, I want to kill some people.
Let's remove all these things. How did a bed of leaves roll higher than everyone? There we go. Let's get rid of that. That's some cushions. Don't need that. Get rid of that.
The torch is trying to get into the fight again.
Torches, man. They're dangerous, aren't they?
Deadly.
Okay, the jail guard, who's actually a bard.
That rhymes.
It did, didn't it? He continues to play.
La 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 la. Come on, Catman, do your worst.
Catmandu.
Catman, do. Die! He goes in for the kill from behind if he can. If she's obviously the bear has to have this tiefling's attention.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's what I'm counting on. Even though I'm
Fuck it's
doubting.
hot.
And I miss.
Damn.
I do this leap. And whoosh, dagger. Flying by, land on the belly of a beast.
I'm just going to put the amulet of Auril on. With much distaste, I'm not going to be honest.
Okay, you put it on.
And I'm going to strike out at the tiefling again. Just because I need to get rid of her before I move on to her daddy. Oh, fuck me. No chance she's a village idiot, is there?
No, she's awake. You definitely don't hit her.
Fuck, why couldn't she be asleep? Take a nap in the middle of a battle.
Jail guard, your cup runneth over again. Be thirst unto you.
And
A little bit of echo there.
I cast Insatiable Thirst on the bard.
Mm-hmm. He stops playing, and he's like, "Well, I've been playing for 13 hours straight. I'm getting a drink." And he starts making his way towards where the food is, just completely disregarding everything that's going on around him. The dancers dance out of step, and they stop dancing in a circle and kind of look around a little bit puzzled. This one, let's see. Nope, this one is still confused. Alright, fat bastard. Let's see. What is the fat bastard going to do?
Calls his dancers to defend him.
He takes in a big breath, and he lets out a massive belch. So let's see who we can hit with this. Roads. 14 by 14. It's not going to be quite enough, I don't think. Oh no, it'll hit the dwarf as well. So Road, Samson, and Gorban take saves, Constitution saves for me. See if you can roll under. Road doesn't care. Oh my lord.
Samson sticks his chest out. Muy macho.
Look at that.
This is where your rolling ones thing doesn't work for the rest of the game, Lex.
Yep, it caught my character sheet for some reason, and now it's gonna be stuck there.
So he lets out a belch that's disgusting and foul. Each one of you take 1 damage, but you're not poisoned. You're able to resist the disgusting smell. Probably because you've been wading through slime for the best part of like a few hours.
To be fair, it's kind of like my mum when she woke up in the morning and belched, so I'm kind of used to it.
Okay, the knight
Us
who's
bears are not big on dental hygiene.
Even though the sheet says knight and not insane werewolf, she's definitely not an insane werewolf. She is going to strike at Road because he's a big bear. And she misses. This dancer is without a tune, so needs to roll. That is not a very good roll at all. She is still confused. Next dancer is also still confused. Gorban.
Start wading into the dancers, Gorban.
That is a good hit. Oh, too bad she's not a large target. You do hit her with your axes, though.
Is she an elf?
She's a tiefling.
Okay.
Bard just will move as fast as he possibly can over to the drinks cabinet, taking his aura with him, and begins to drink. Samson.
Hmm. Can I still get a backstab on this chick? Or is she like now, like, you know?
She'll be aware of
Alright.
you. She can see you because you tried to attack her, but you missed.
Hmm. Hmm. Dude, man. I just attack her. I'll attack her again. Normal attack, and
Cool.
I don't get my backstab. Sweet. Get that Yachki. Let's see, where's my thing at?
Nice. That's a hit.
4 plus 1. Because not everybody hits like the bear.
Ooh, it's not bad though.
I'm actually
Your knife manages to find its way through her armor into a soft, squishy spot.
I love this soft squishy spot. In the leg. I don't know. The waist. Wherever.
Mr. Bear.
Usual, really. I'm just going to try and spear bitch think on my spear. That'll do.
That will definitely do. That is a critical hit.
Do I do double damage, boys, or do I do a narrative?
It's up to you.
I think I'll just do it straight up. Double damage, please.
Yeah, that's like she's dead.
28 points of damage. So basically, what happens? I look at her and I just growl and I shove my spear right through her throat. Just sick of your games.
Yes, you murderize her.
Twister of Fates, your cup runneth over as well. Be thirst unto you. Be thirst unto you. Be thirst unto you. Be thirst unto you.
Because repeating it 3 times is the magical number.
Yeah. Extra power. How long does the effect last for? I've forgotten.
1 round per level, so 3 rounds. And I think it's been 1 round for the bard.
Okay, cool. He looks over at Webkey and he says, "My dear, come, let us have a drink and we can dance." And he offers his hand to Webkey.
She takes it. She's like, certainly.
Excellent. This dancer needs to see if she can roll under. Yes, she's out. Okay. She snaps out of it, looks around. What's happening?
Just in time to see her friend, the tiefling, get stabbed in the throat, I imagine.
You've been
Yes.
kidnapped by this fat bastard here. Kill him!
She snaps round when you say that, son, and runs over to you,
I'm gonna give you a hug, man.
brandishing, not quite a hug, brandishing a blade.
Ooh.
and rolls really badly.
You don't expect your average dancer to be an expert knife fighter, do you?
Right, fat bastard. You killed my daughter. He tilts his head back and he takes one of his long, fat, stubby fingers and he places it on the end of his tongue and pushes it down his throat, and then projectile vomits.
Nice.
So we need to see who gets hit by this. So he can hit. If he does it this way, he could get those two. And it's 10 across, so he could get them. Okay. So dex checks for the Samson, the dwarf, and Road, please.
Oh god.
Yes. Dun dun.
Fucking right, mate.
Oh, what?
The cat and the bear are fine.
That's 3 in a row, by the way.
Oh no.
The hat trick.
Mine aren't necessarily dex saves. I'm just hiding behind my shield.
So Gorban takes 8, and you two take 4.
Oh. The torturous pain.
Jesus.
Get him up, touch it.
Last chance for this dancer. She snaps out of it. She glances around. What's happening? There's a cat in vomit. There's a dwarf in vomit. There's vomit on a bear. She is going to get the fuck out. She makes a break for the rest area.
Okay, stop it with the soundboard. It's really loud.
She's still confused, so she can't do anything. Gorban, you vomit-covered dwarf. It's all been bodily fluids for Gorban tonight.
To be fair, he's kind of used to it. He's a dwarf, remember? Robin
Later.
leaves.
Like, not today.
Is he actually running away? Coward.
He's like, nope. The bard is still drinking. The cat. Mr. Samson.
Samson does not like puke and stuff, and he feels like he's gonna die, so he's like, I saw the web key. This time I know it's the web key. So I gotta go save the web key, so if I move away from the fight, maybe they won't attack me again, and maybe I can go help her out. Like the unknowing cat. He makes his way over towards the stage, trying to get away from the battle. Ups and down. And he calls out. He says, Princess Webkey, we're here to save you. Try to get her to like, here, can I come with, right? This is just a stage, right? These are just like pivots in the floor. These aren't like pillars or anything, right?
No, they're just pivots in the floor.
Yeah, he hops up on the stage, and it's not too high, too, right? It's only like a couple feet or something.
Unless, at least you didn't
Yeah.
face plant it like last time you tried to jump through something.
Sweet. Can I get an action by Webkey?
Can?
Or did you say I can?
Yeah, yeah. You can
Oh,
respond
okay.
to the
She just kind of dances around and she says, "I love it here," she says. And he's like, "What?" "No, I do say you come with me," he says. That's all I get with him.
Okay, cool. The two of these, they start to make their way hand in hand off the stage to get a drink. Webb seems to ignore you, Samson. She seems besotted by this dancing fellow.
I will have to kill him.
Road just roars in fury. He's absolutely sick and tired of the body fluids today. Nothing but fucking bile and acid, and I'm just sick of my fur getting singed. At this point, I charge the big bad,
Okay.
and I strike out with him with my spear, and hope to the ancestors that I can strike through his shield.
Okay, you go to prod him with your spear, and there's a momentary resistance, and then you see an arcane flash around his throne, and he bellows in fear and anger as your spear strikes him in his gut, and that's a really good hit, 17 damage.
This is where my character excels at killing large things. Well, to be fair, killing pretty much anything. Can I have a like a wordage? I would say surprise.
Ah,
it-
my dear, you've been dancing so long. How about a drink? How about a drink? How about a drink? And I cast Insatiable Thirst upon the dancer. Yeah.
You know, if you were a barman who owned a bar and you had that spell, you could make so much money.
Right?
How about a drink? Oh yeah, certainly. I'll take 16, thanks.
He immediately stops attacking you and looks around. She knows that the food's over here, and she will run straight over past these two over here to start gorging herself. Right, Fat Man. Fat Man versus Bear. Let's do this. He is going to. You're too big to swallow. He raises one of his big blubbery hands and he tries to slap you away from him.
He hits.
He's kind of like slaps into your side. You only take 3 damage. Get away from me!
Bitch slaps me a bit then.
Yeah. She just cowers in the bedroom. Let's see what she rolls.
And 0. After 20.
She slumps to the ground unconscious.
Must be the body odor.
Too tired.
Don't see any showers in here. Are we streaming tonight or not? I don't even know.
Yes.
I'm unsure.
I am.
Oh,
Yeah, we are.
okay. I wasn't sure because I hadn't seen the notification go up. We normally see a notification going up saying we're streaming. So
You pray to Clondagon to help you, and Clondagon helps you.
Dragon felt bad after the last heal he gave you.
Yes. Bard is on his last round of drinking, so drink he shall. And actually, he's drunk a lot of alcohol. He's okay, but he's still drinking. Kathmandu.
Nobody said anything. Nobody said anything about this guy being a good guy. So.
This is true.
He's feeling kind of hurt right now. He glances over at Road and the group. He looks at Webkey and the guy and gauges whether he thinks he can take the guy, whether she's enthralled with him.
She
Kinda
does
tall.
look enthralled with him.
He looks at like her little tail-like handkerchiefs that are kind of flailing back and forth and thinks, those don't look natural. He's gonna follow them and try to play the disappearing act because he's a rogue. So I get that
Okay.
as a I get to be that as a player. So I'm gonna kind of hide in shadows and wait for my right time. Which will be the ninth time. Let's roll that. Oops, that's the plus one. Yeah, I think I might have. Hide in shadows.
Okay, cool. They seem very preoccupied with each other, and they continue their stroll over to the drinks. Seems as though you have been forgotten. All right. Jesus. That is a critical strike.
Ooh. And max damage.
That's pretty filthy. I'm not sure what narratively you could do. You could do something narrative if you want, or you could just deal him double. I feel like your mic's mute.
Sorry, I was pressing the wrong push to talk button. Sorry, my bad. I've got two. I use different things. I've got one's alt and one's control, so I just tend to pick alt for reasons. I want to do double damage,
Alright, cool. You can do double damage on him.
but I also want to do narrative. It's really hard. No, I'll do double damage.
You deal him a mighty 42 points of damage. You take your spear. He's kind of flailing around with his fat hands. He's clearly not used to hand-to-hand combat, and you're able to just drive it, and you can drive the spear wherever you like.
What it is as he slaps me, I literally bring my spear down in a one-handed thrust. And because I'm almost the same height as him and I'm standing on his throne and we're fighting over his throne, I actually get him in the mouth as he's yelling, and I ram it all the way down. Literally my hand is inside his mouth at this point. Pushed it all the way through his stomach. And the bottom of the spear has actually pinned him to the chair.
Ew.
So it's like... Basically, it's like a reverse impalement. Like normally you go in from the bottom for an for like an impaling stick. This is the other way around. But I reckon it's going to take me a while to get my spear out, so I might just leave my spear there for now.
Stuck it in his mouth.
Yeah, he expires on the end of your spear. He damns you, and then your spear takes up most of his mouth. His body starts to release odious stinks as he dies. You slay him outright.
That is what you get for taking the little web from me. She was my friend.
Okay. Let's see. That's fine. He's dead. He needs to be out of the order. She's unconscious. She's out of the order. On the death of the fat guy, the dude who's escorting Webb, he kind of, his head snaps round, and as he's walking to the drinks cabinet, he looks at you, Road, and prays that his table works when he uses it. Here we go. Let's see what happens.
Nothing happens. I'm good. Just saying.
And as he does so, he kind of reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a playing card that's blue, and has kind of like smoke coming out of it, and he flicks this playing card towards you.
Right.
Take a card.
So you need to give me a save versus spell as the card erupts into a bolt of lightning.
Save versus spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take 10 damage. Fuck, that hurts. That's an awful lot of damage.
Okay, you get zapped.
Fucking broken, just saying.
Glad I didn't attack that guy. He would have killed me.
The bard, he's out of the effects of the drink. He's kind of sitting at the table. Let's see how aware he is, because he's a funny guy. He's alright. Yeah, he's aware of his surroundings. He does that thing that bards do when a fight starts in a bar. Kind of duck. He kind of ducks down a little bit and doesn't want to be part of what's going on. Web key.
Do I have a better sense of what's going on now?
So, on the death of the fat guy, you come back to your senses. You are in all ways and shapes yourself, and you can play as you play. Appear to have taken the hand of this odd dancing fellow.
Alright, let me give you a question real quick, Lex.
Hmm?
Let's see here. There. Okay. But she kind of puts her hand in her head and her temples and kind of shakes it off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And she turns away from the tango partner and gets this kind of venomous evil look. She notices what he's done to Roed,
Yeah, you witnessed that.
and she lashes out with her talons on him. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Somebody puts Webby in the corner.
That would have been better, right?
Mm.
Nobody puts Road in a corner. That doesn't quite work.
Well, no, they can try. I'm not guaranteeing their chances.
Or he's not ready for your attack, and you would have almost hit him.
Man.
You would think you're still under his ings, so he doesn't. I would give you a +1 for that. Yeah,
Actually,
you
I might
rate-
get a bonus. Yeah, I might get a bonus.
Yeah, because he would still think you're his partner, so you can hit him for that.
Oh, I was looking to see if it had extra bonus in there. No, it doesn't. Natural weapons. Okay, cool. I'll tell on his face, or I don't know, his body, wherever I can get hold of him. 2. I get to do 2 damage.
Yep. scrape your hands down his face, and he kind of staggers backwards with a surprised look on his face.
What's wrong, love? She says to him. Did that hurt?
He's like, "What are you doing?"
It's my attack.
Singed bear.
Okay, so I'm on a very little hit points. I'm pissed, which is average when you get smacked in the face with a lightning bolt. Like my hair standing on end, and there's like little bits of sparks of static electricity just all over his face. And he just lets go of the spear and he draws his two-handed axe and he just advances on this guy and he says, "One thing you need to realize about me, Mister Stranger Man, is that you may strike me down, but I will take you out with me." And he starts to continue to advance and he's moving across and he just stands next to Webb and he just unleashes all hell with his battle axe.
Do it.
No, miss by miles.
Oh. Your muscles must be spasming a little bit from.
It's more that I'm not used to using my axe. My spear is my weapon of choice, but I've rammed
That's
it
true, actually.
so
yeah.
far down his throat I can't get it back for about 4 rounds.
It's like him smashed into the back of his creepy throne.
No, he's pinned all the way down to the bottom of his throne. So he's
Yeah.
pinned from the head to his head to his anus is pinned to the thingy. It's being held up
Like
by the
that.
spear right now.
Webkey shouts out, "What beautiful pain!"
Yes, Webkey, it hurts.
I'm going to shoot the bard with my sling.
Okay.
And I say, "This one's got your name on it, jail guard." AC 15 is AC 5? Or,
Yeah.
no, sorry, that's a miss. It's a miss.
Oh, that's a 5. Yeah.
My bad. That's a really bad roll, like a 2 or something.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
Samson.
That's his little moment. Dun, 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 dun. Straight up backstab. Dice roller, there's a dice roller, there's a 20. What?
Okay, so
That's
you-
3 in a
you-
row.
you realize this is your moment. This is your time to save Webb. You've planned it out. You've hidden in the shadows. You're hiding behind this little fountain, and you leap up onto the side of the fountain to sort of jump across it in the way cats do. And you know when cats screw up a jump, and you just splash into the center of the fountain instead, face down.
Ah!
That will teach you.
I fix my goggles.
No, Samson. Water's bad luck for cats.
He kind of tries to climb out like a cat does out of a bathtub. And just like freaks out.
Runs away into the hills.
Like,
Dancer's drinking. Dancer's scared and hiding.
Fucking hummus. What the fuck, dude?
Hey man, don't mess with hummus time.
Hummus time. Tick, 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 tick.
Seeing everybody gathered around this guy, he is going to use his priestly power to command him to die.
Jolly good. Remind me again what that does?
He's basically unconscious for a full round.
Okay, cool. He
does get a save if his intelligence is higher than 13 or he has more than 6 hit dice.
No to both. So he flops down to the ground unconscious.
Yep, he has no choice.
The bard glances around. He sees that things are going badly. He is going to back.
Do I get attack of opportunity?
Yeah, he's going to try and run past you so you can strike at him.
I'm not going to. If he's fleeing, I'm going to let him go.
Okay.
I just wanted to scare you for a minute.
Let's see if he can dex it over the table.
I would imagine so for a bard.
Mm-hmm. So he makes it to there. And then as he's running, some papers fall out of his pockets and he legs it up the stairs. Webkey.
The tango dancer's still there, right?
Yeah, he's unconscious on the floor. He just kind of like flopped down in front of you.
Okay. She climbs up on top of him and straddles him, and the things that would be her wings and her back seem to be like, I don't know, like a neck wrap, like a, what is that? Like a hank? Not a hank. What do they call that?
Scarf, isn't it? Like
Scarf. Yeah, like a scarf. It's like a satin scarf. It seems to be part of the dress, but instead of her wings, they're just like these scarves with like claws in the end. And she digs her nails into his chest with her talons and lets out like a kind of a gleeful laugh.
Do you want to slay him outright?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This guy's dying. If I can coup d'etat him or whatever you call that.
Coup de grace.
Coup de grace. I'm not a killer. I don't know those killer sayings, but I am right now.
It's a coup de grace.
Coup de grace.
A coupe de grace.
Actually, it's coup de grace. It's actually French.
And then she kind of, like, I don't know, essentially says, like, my pleasure, your pain, she says to him, as she's dug her nails into his chest.
It actually translates roughly to blow of mercy.
Blow of mercy.
That's what a coup de grace is.
Nice.
I just googled it. I'm not that smart.
You just grab something from the GM there.
I'm looking at random kits for shits and giggles while the game's going on. I've just found Clown on the City of Gold.
Let's put these two papers.
I'm gonna go
on
for a bathroom. Be right back.
token.
Oh, you gonna make me a flipping token?
However, yeah.
I had a like, oh man, I wish I had Photoshop. Maybe I might be able to like PNG that. That would be really cool.
I can sort you one out.
Or I might be able to find one online that's transparent.
Okay, so you killed that dude, which is good. You only got to pull one card, which is fortunate. Rad's gone to the loo, so I have to wait for him to come back before we can do something. So up this corner here, when the bard was legging it, because he'd had enough, a couple of papers had fallen out of his. He had like a book of songs, like a song sheet that he was playing from, and two of the pages fell out from this sheet, and they've kind of littered down onto the floor.
I literally just like sent like 3 towels to another friend and not you. I'm like, Miss Towel, dude. Oh, like, I'll type what I wrote. I got one more. Where's that one? Okay. So we're waiting on Road.
Sorry, was it me? I was playing with the dog.
He was playing with his dog.
I was, yes. Who's actually still around?
Is that what they call it over there?
There's one dancer who's unconscious. Another one ran into the bedroom area and hasn't fought at all. There's a dancer left who is drinking at the table. There's a cook who's just kind of standing here and hasn't like attacked anybody. And there's just Webb, pretty much. Webb's there too.
I'm going to point my axe at the cook and say, "Leave now."
She's not even going to roll. She wholeheartedly agrees and will flee.
We have killed who we have came to kill. If only we had a rogue to look for hidden treasures.
Oh, and Rad, because you were playing with your pup on the floor of the two pieces of paper that fell out.
I heard it going, but I didn't hear someone call my name out because I had my headset off. But I went to the bathroom, came back, and I was playing with the dog, and I heard paper on the floor, blah blah blah. But I didn't hear someone call my name, so it's my own fault for being deaf, I guess. Okay, no worries. Okay, yeah, got it.
There was a rich man from Nottingham.
He tried to cross the river.
The remaining dancer doesn't look as though she wants to fight anyone. She's just drinking, and she's a dancer.
I think for all intents and purposes, unless someone wants to fight us to get the combat's over, I think.
Yeah.
She's
No-
hot.
no
Gotta take
one's-
her with us. We gotta take her with us. We could employ her.
To be fair, if they try to escape, they won't make it very far. They're not wearing much to survive against the snowy weather outside.
Yeah,
So-
we'll try to bring her with us.
Under the handouts tab, there are two, Bard's Note 1 and Bard's Note 2. They're the two notes that fell out of the Bard's songbook upon the floor.
Rudeness, man. That song's rude. And pierced into her womb where they embade. Terrible spelling, to be fair. Did you write
Spelling.
did you write that, Lex?
It's mildly famous.
I don't remember it. I'm sorry, it looks like terrible spelling. I know it's I know it's old English, but it just looks terribly spelling to my.
Yeah, it totally looks like an English person wrote it. No, it's good. It's
Start
good.
rummaging around looking for treasure.
Okay.
Like, and get my spear out from the dead guy, which might take a while and a few cuts with an axe, but we'll get my spear out.
Okay, you kind of
Let's see.
grab your spear and try and lever it out of the throne and the disgusting bloated form.
Bits breaking and sounds of wet flesh tearing.
Webkey turns her sights on Samson, and
Mhm.
she gets this very carnivorous look as her body kind of like moves silently and kind of gets kind of this grayish tinge to it, and she's gonna pounce on him. She attacks him.
You get a free attack against him because I don't imagine Samson is expecting this.
Nope, he's like, wet cat. She's like, look, it's a little mouse I can eat. A little kitty cat.
Probably a mouse, is it? You're not very good at owl if you can't tell the difference between a cat and a mouse.
And I'll do 4 damage to him.
Cool.
I leap on top of him and I kind of hold him down, and my newfound scarf wings dig into him. As well.
Okay. Yeah, you guys witness Webkey jump on this cat and start to rake him.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go over and try and drag her off him.
Does anyone else want to get involved in the kerfuffle?
I'm not fast. I'll take her on.
Damn it! I almost killed him. I'm gonna kill him.
Damn it! I almost killed him.
Got one life left.
I'm gonna wade across and try and rescue Samson.
I'll get him one more time.
Okay, let me.
Now, do
check.
I literally turn invisible? Can I turn invisible?
No,
You cannot.
your name,
Alright.
your name is not actually her name. All right, stop it.
What? You have a dancing bear?
Webkey, it is your go again.
Can I just point out, I am not Volley Bear. You are not Eve. All right,
You did have lightning arcing off you at one stage.
not by choice. Not by choice. All right.
Just let Twisted Fate almost kill you, dude. Come on. Never should happen on Volibear. And we all know that Evelyn's a much better jungler than Volibear is. God damn it. Missed. Well, I'm on top of him. He's not really moving too well, so I get a bonus, right? I don't know if it's enough. You
Not
don't have
enough
a
of a bonus, I imagine.
Yeah, you don't gotta
Nah,
get
not
armor class,
against
though.
those.
Yeah, not enough.
Road, your go.
I'm gonna wade in and just try and pick her up.
She's laughing all the while. She finds this gleefully fun, like she's playing with her food.
Try and,
Okay, you can.
try and grab her by the scruff of the neck and lift her off the ground.
Okay, roll to attack her, and if you hit her right, you can grab her.
That'll be
Probably
easy.
not.
8 AC? You miss, sucker.
Mhm.
She's lithe and she's dexterous, and she kind of she laughs and pirouettes around while she's attacking this poor cat. Samson, that's a weird fight, isn't it?
He struggles and he wants to stab her with his dagger. She's right there, but I don't think that's a good roll. Let me look
What's
at
her AC?
Her AC should be 6. It's actually not that low, unless I have.
Did you say
additional bonus.
6?
Yeah, 6.
We've hit her
Did
then.
did you hit a 6? Well, you hit an 8 armor class, right?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Then I didn't
But I
see that.
wasn't. I rolled an 8 to hit her. She's only got 6 AC.
Remember
Yeah,
we
she-
do it. Remember
I
we
can
do
hear.
ascending AC.
Oh, okay. Well, did she? Okay, she has 6 naturally, and I don't know
That
if you
was-
added a bonus to that. So remember, did she?
ascending AC would
That would be 14.
Okay. So so did the?
Too many
did it-
confusing.
I'm so confused. Sorry. Did the dress add to that?
No,
No.
Okay.
you've just got your AC.
Alright.
So Samson misses.
I need some magical armor.
Web again.
What's wrong, love? Don't you like the pleasure? She says. Digs into him again. Damn it. Missed.
You're kind of rolling around on the floor.
She's scratching at him. Like a girl.
Okay. That's definitely a hit. So you can certainly grab her, and you're way stronger than she is.
Literally grab her by the scruff of the neck or around the neck if I have to. I don't care
Okay.
how I do it.
Okay.
Grabs her, literally reaches out, puts his massive paw out and just lifts her off the floor and says, "Stop it, Webkey, or I'm putting you back into cage."
When you
Oh,
when
sorry.
you look at her, when you sort of look her in the face, you can see that she has that glassy look of someone who's enchanted.
She looks at him and she has this pleasurable look, as in if you grab him by the scruff of the neck, like she's like, "Ooh, that's kind of nice."
Choke me more, baby.
Fucking weirdos. I'm supposed to be the weird, twisted deviant here, not the rest of you guys.
Oh, that's changed. Now you gotta try harder, my friend.
When
So,
3 out of 5 characters are animals,
I tried to kill one of them.
You just left.
I think
So
Gold,
what
he's
is-
feeling bad.
All right.
So Webb would have to do a Ben Bar's lift gates check to get out of you because
Oh,
your
oh, no,
your
she-
strength is much
Yeah,
bigger.
she doesn't
Only
try to get out.
19.
Matter of fact, she wraps her legs kind of around him and gets closer to him.
Okay.
Like, ooh, this is nice. Or tries to.
She has that sort of that enchanted glassy look in her gold eyes.
She says, "Hi, love. Good to see you again."
Road's wondering, what's the proper protocol for this? Do I talk to it? Do I smash it against the wall? What do I do here?
They snap its neck.
That was exactly what I was just thinking. Do I smack her in the face with a shield, try and knock her out?
I snap her neck.
Okay, okay,
Aren't you gonna
fine.
put me down? She says,
No, I do not think so, little web. In fact, what I am going to do is I'm going to actually ask my ancestors for help. I am going to ask them. Be patient. And then he looks her in the eye, directly in the eye, and says,
"You're no
"Now,
fun."
now, little webkey, stop what you are doing. You are my friend, and I'm going to charm her into stopping it."
Mm.
No, sorry, I'm using charm. It's a command spell I'm using.
Okay.
I would say stop trying to be weird, or something along those lines.
Charm spell. Do people get a save versus that? I don't.
I'm going to have a look.
It's a level
actually.
thing, isn't it?
I think it is. Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah. Spell. So I can base her to stop. A single command on the creature with a single word. The command must be uttered in a language understood by the creature. The subject will obey it to the best of its ability, only as long as the command is absolutely clear and unequivocal.
Yeah,
Once
well,
the
that's
command
kind
of
of.
suicide is ignored. Command to die also causes it to fall into faint. Yeah, basically it's exactly the same as. Do you have intelligence 13 or higher?
Yes, I do.
Right. In that case, you do. You're entitled to a saving throw versus spell adjusted for wisdom.
Yeah, okay, I got that. So, saving throw versus spell.
Yeah.
Wisdom bonus. What's my wisdom? I don't think I have a high enough wisdom either bonus, but let me just check real quick. I don't. So, big bucks, no whammies.
Fail. You
Ah,
can
did I?
command her to do something.
Yeah,
I tell it to stop.
specific.
Stop.
Oh.
She kind of flops in your arms. She just stops moving, like a little doll.
That is better, Webkey. We must get you healed properly. You are not the Webkey I left here.
I'm better.
No, you are annoying and you stab people with your scarf.
I was just trying to get a snack.
But that is my friend Samson. You cannot kill my friend.
Oh, I thought he was a rodent. There's so many rodents in here. And they let me eat all of them. Are we gonna go home now? He's weirded out.
Sorry, yes, little web.
You gonna put me down, love?
It depends. Are you going to try and eat Samson some more?
Not if he's your friend.
Yes, then do not eat the Samson. I'll let her go. Gently. I'll drop her on the floor. Well, push her on the floor. Let her drop on the floor.
She
without-
gives him this wily look
Bouncing.
as if she might turn to Samson, but she's just fucking with him. And like turns like looks at him like, ooh.
Don't make me hit you with my shield.
And then she looks more excited when he says that.
Weirdo! Stop it! I cannot be seeing Webkey as a sexual desire. All right, stop it.
She looks
I'm gonna
different,
start
dude.
looking- I'm going to start looking for shit to steal. Well, I mean, borrow. I mean, take treasures and stuff.
Why don't we all
Okay.
get something to eat? She says.
Yes, maybe we should spend the night here to rest because we have an incredible battle.
Of course, you could sit on the throne.
No, I would be hard pressed to move the fat dead guy from it.
It has a delightful smell.
I go over to the dancer girl.
That is some quality stomping that Sunreal's doing over there.
Oh, why are
She
you
sort
killing
of-
unsleep people?
The dancer kind of eyes you warily and says, "Are you awake now? The music stopped."
Yes, I am. Now, she was the prized gift in here, so she was like the special canary. So she was probably more special than the dancers?
Yeah.
Or no? Was she treated that way? Does she have like, I don't know, does she have seniority over this girl at this point?
So yeah, so what you recall of your time here? Initially, you fought against it, and then they played some music that you found fascinating, and from that moment onwards, you were more than happy to dance for these people because your dancing was so high and above theirs. They were pathetic in comparison. You tried to teach these other girls how to dance. They would attempt to, and they would inevitably make missteps or move out of time, and every time they did, you punished them.
Okay. Sweet. Okay, so yeah, that was delightfully painful. Then she tells him, "You're with me now. You're mine."
The dancer kind of leans backwards in the chair and says, You're not awake from the music yet."
She goes to look for whatever slave collars that they have, because I'm sure they got those somewhere. You know?
Oh yeah, this fat guy's a creepy bastard. He's
Yeah,
got
she
some, like,
she
collars.
goes and she goes to wrap the slave collar around her with like a, I don't know, whatever they have, like some sort of leash or something. Did she try to stop her?
Let's see. She will. She stands up and she throws her hands up. She's like, "What are you doing? This is wrong." And she tries to sort of back away from you.
She says, "You're mine, or I'll let the bear eat you."
At this point, Road turns to Webkey and says, I do not eat people. That is uncivilized. Leave her alone.
There was the zombie girl. She looks over.
Yes, but she was a zombie girl. She was no longer a person. Leave the dancer alone. We will take her back with us and let her live her life normally. Do not test my patience with this little web.
She's a dancer. She needs to dance.
And you are a little owl girl who dances, so stop. Leave her alone.
She stops and she stares for a second as if she's remembering something. She looks back at the slave girl and says, "Only because he wants it that way." She throws the collar to the ground.
She
I turned to the dancer and looked at her and said, we will not harm you. We only came here for the big fat man, and now he is dead. We are returning to the village soon, and you may come with us if you wish.
The dancer kind of nods and says, "Okay, but she's not awake yet."
Do
I'm
not worry about Little Web. I will deal with her when I get a chance.
I go over to Roed. She'll try to backstab you when she gets the chance.
Many have tried to backstab me, Little Web. And why are you standing behind me?
Her hand kind of creeps up on his, like, I don't know, arm. "Who's your friend?" She looks over at Samson. Samson's like literally laying there going, "Ugh."
I am going to take them. We are going to rest here for the night. We will take it easy. We will eat the food of the fat man. We will rest. We will sleep. We will return to the village tomorrow. And then we will let these people who have survived the fight go. They are free to go.
Oh,
And then we will deal with you. And then we will help Samson.
I say, I've found a masterwork rapier and a masterwork composite short bow here.
I do not use such weapons. They are useless.
So as you search the place, there's pretty much everything that you can see. There's a table with food and drink on it. The food and drink is all good. It's not rotten or creepy. There are two vases with flowers on each side on the table. There's the cage that Webkey used to sleep in. And also there's like a window that has light from the outside casting down near where the cage is. And there's like a bed of leaves there. And it looks as though someone's been sleeping in it. You could ascertain it was probably Webb, as that's where her cage was.
I'm gonna
Also-
go sleep over there.
Okay. And towards the south of the room, there's it's like a curtained off area, and there's some beds in there and a bath. And of course, there's a fountain, and the fountain has water coming from an unknown source, and it looks fresh and clean. Cool. So, are you gonna stay the night?
Yeah, probably.
Uh-huh.
Probably not gonna be the best place to fucking stay with a stinking corpse in the middle of the room, but it's better than nothing.
You can kind of push it into a corner or something, just away.
Actually, yeah. Can I move it out into the main hallway down there and push it over the edge into the ice or onto the ice? You know where the stairs come down.
Oh, what, the northern one? Like
No,
drag
the
it
stairs
outside.
to the left.
Oh,
to
yeah,
the
yeah.
left.
Yeah, you can
Just
drag
pull it
the
out there.
bloated corpse out of the room that stinks, which is good. People are happy about this. So, in terms of your sleeping, are you going to set watches? And who's taking what
Probably.
watch and when?
Samson's gonna ask for a heal from somebody if anybody's got any heals.
Yeah, I was
Potions.
getting to that
Elixirs.
anyway. I was going to use one of my cure lights on you. Does the same thing to Samson as he did to himself. Communes with the spirits, beseeching him to mend his wounds, and then cures class light wounds on himself. That's 2d4.
2d4.
I'm rolling it now.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I have 5 hit points back. But
Delicious hit points.
Delicious.
is there doors? How do the doors open here?
They're made of a kind of wood with brass finish on them, so you can kind of close the doors. They do have locks on them. You're not sure who has the keys, but you could sort of bar them, or you could push stuff against
Well, no.
them.
What I was going to do is I was going to close both doors, and instead of throwing the guy's body out into the hall, I was going to lean it up against one door, and then I was going to
Mhm.
lean up against the. Then I was going to lean up against the exit door here to the north, and then just lean against it so no one can come through without waking me on that door. And if
Yeah,
anyone
that's
tries
fine.
to climb the corpse of the fat guy in the other room, they're going to have trouble getting over his corpse.
Yeah, that's
So-
cool. You can certainly do that. You are indeed all tired. So, position yourselves as you'd like to sleep. There are beds to the south, and the dancer who's in there, she's not armed. She says that she'll tend to you guys because you saved her.
I'm going to sleep, but I'm going to sleep as lightly as possible because I'm not a deep sleeper like someone.
So Gorbin's on first watch. How about Webb, Samson, and Sun? Unless you're just going to sleep it out.
I'll do a watch
When would you like to take watch, Webb?
after Roads.
So Gorbin first. Road, you taking second watch?
I'll take second watch, yeah.
All right, cool. And the rest of you can sleep where you will. I see that Sun's taken the cushions and the hookah, which is always good. Gorbin and Samson, if you'd like to place yourselves where you'd like to sleep, know that Road is barring the door with his sleeping form. So first watch passes. You're not attacked by any disgusting creatures. The doors remain barred, and nothing much happens. Road, you take the next watch. It's quiet. You don't hear any sort of comings and goings. It appears to be quiet. The bard doesn't return and nothing particularly scary happens during the night. The dancers sleep. They seem overly exhausted, probably from their enchanted dancing. And you do hear the snoring of the dwarf, and it's fair. Let's be honest, it's a fair snore. And
He
then
sounds like my cousin Road.
and then Road goes to sleep. Webkey, your watch. So you wake up.
She goes and gets whatever grapes or snacks that there are there.
Okay, you go
Eyeball.
over.
Oh, go ahead.
Mhm.
I eyeball the kitten.
Yep.
Damn it, I can't eat him. Make a scrumptious meal. Then I make my way over to Roy.
Okay.
It's the end of his watch, right? He's out, or is he up still?
He appears to be sleeping.
Okay. He just nuzzles up against him and watches the door. Doesn't say anything to him.
Aww, how cute.
That's all she does. Until she runs her fingers across his chest, and then she digs her talons into him.
Normally that would be a surprise attack, but Road decided to be paranoid.
Oh. Damn you!
I actually sent Lex a message, also going to stay awake through webs to keep an eye on it. They're on the down low.
She doesn't do it right away, too. She just kind of, thumbs her fingers across him, kind of runs her hands through his hair, and then she waits a little bit.
Yeah, she's trying to see if he's awake, but he was faking the time. He was just lying there pretending to be asleep.
Still won the initiative, so you can make your attack on him. But he can defend with his normal AC. Otherwise, he would have been asleep and it would just been like slash.
Did that roll? I don't know if that rolled. Thought I clicked it.
I don't see any rolls.
Oh, yeah, rolled again. It's rolling dice. Oh, it's my roll 20's bugging out. I think I'm probably gonna get 2 dice thrown.
Okay. Sometimes it lags.
It's because you're attacking Road.
She's taking her time. Oh, why is it taking so long?
Can I just say that because it's taking so long, I managed to dance around the room 15 times before she actually hits me.
Now you miss it. He realizes that something's about to happen, and kind
As
of
she's
shoots
about
backwards.
to dig her claws in, I just turn my chest slightly so she hits the armor.
Ah, she gets.
Little Web, I knew you would try something stupid. That is
I
why
don't
pretended to sleep.
Wanna leave? I like it.
You have no choice, Little Web. Now shut the fuck up before I hurt you.
The girl would be so lucky. She tries to attack him again since he's just stalking her.
Go on then. I genuinely don't mind.
You're gonna hold your action, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
She's such a little girl. She's like,
Kind of like flailing against you.
spazzing out. She misses again.
Okay, at this point, I'm just going to hit her as hard as I can with my shield.
Okay. Thunk it.
Missed.
Missed.
It's probably in an awkward angle because I was lying down, so it's getting
Okay.
up and getting ready to fight.
Okay, well then she MMA kind of like wraps herself around him. if he's trying to get up, and she gets this gleeful look like, now we're talking. This is fun. And she'll attack him.
I'm really creeped out by this, guys. Just like playing out.
He's all, I'm supposed to be the one that's creepy, not you, Roadkey.
No, I am being creeped out. I'm not creepy. I'm being creeped out.
I almost called her Roadkey. That's hilarious.
Roadkey.
No, she attacks again. 3. Damn it. Gotta cut some blood here. Where's that special ability, Lex? You should use a special ability on him right now.
So ult him.
Yeah, exactly.
That is
And
not allowed.
Smite him. Red smite.
Red smite.
That's not allowed.
So, Rad, what will you do with this flailing?
Hit her with the shield. Doesn't do the same amount of damage, I don't think, but I'm just trying to stun her.
Okay, how much damage would a shield do? Let's have a look.
I'm not even sure. Just give me a number and I'll roll.
Isn't it if he tries to knock me out and he does like so much damage he can knock me out or something?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'll give you the 9 because you got +7 on your strength anyway.
I am pretty strong,
That's fine.
but I'm not
Yeah.
trying to hurt her. I'm just trying to knock her out. So I don't want to do damage to her. I just want to.
No, it's like
hit her
it's
as
like a
hard as I
pulled
can until
attack.
she-
So yeah, exactly. So she'll take 9 off her HP, but it's subbed.
It's not
So
actual
she'll
damage,
die.
subdual damage. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So when she goes to 0, then she'll be sort of unconscious.
Okay, so how much should I take?
Helps any,
9.
Nine.
helps any for a shield punch? It depends on the shield size.
It's a large shield.
Yeah, it's a large
pretty
shield.
large shield for me.
9.
Large shields do a d6 damage.
Okay, so it's D6 +7. So roll a D6.
+7.
See what happens. I'll be surprised if you're awake after this.
What's 11 points of damage?
Oh, it's not
11
enough.
points.
Boom! It
You're
rings
still
her.
You're still awake though.
Sweet, that's good. I can say something then. Oh yeah, she's and she kind of like she's got no place to attack. She just kind of rests her arms on him and kind of just dazes out.
Okay.
She stop attacking me now.
Yep.
Is she completely dazed out? Is she going to respond if I do something?
You gonna smell her?
No. I'm not that. I'm not that weird. I was actually going to tie her up and leave her in the corner till the morning. So
Try tying her up.
Yeah, sort of bind her classic hog tie position, just bound up in the corner.
All right,
Okay.
you try to tie her up, and she's gonna run away. She's gonna try to run for the other, back towards the other part of the dungeon.
You will provoke an attack upon you.
Better catch me, dude. He hit, right? Yeah, 11,
AC 11.
14, I think is mine.
So 7 plus and then D6. That's got to. I imagine you're probably out.
Yeah, I had 1 hit point left. You ringed her. She's like, boom. She says, attaboy.
Yeah,
So
you not.
as you get up to run, you don't realize that I put the shield above your head. So it's like bang.
Yeah, you knock her the fuck out.
Okay, I'll bind her. I'll bind her by the wrist, by the ankles and the wrists, and
She's probably
Just
okay
I'll-
with this.
I'll leave her where she's lying, but I'll cover her with a blanket.
Damn it, I wasn't even thinking of my spells.
Too late.
I should have cast a spell on him.
And then I'm going to settle down
Okay.
near her, but not next to her, because she's, she might escape and try and kill me again.
Yeah, the rest of the night proceeds uneventfully. There are no intruders. No one returns to see what's happened in this room. And morning comes around, as it inevitably always does. The dwarf is still snoring away.
Conveniently, because Paul just left.
Yeah. Because he has that trait of just sleeping heavily anyway, so he's snoring away. And all of you wake up, even you, Webb, and you have a bit of a headache.
and a massive shiner.
And
You're
you're
my-
tied up.
Now I'm tied up, but can I still do like a magic missile?
No, I think it requires a thingy, doesn't it?
Let's have a look. If it's
verbal-
verbal,
Verbal
yes.
somatic.
If it's somatic, no. Magic missile. There we go.
Verbal, somatic, and
Yeah, verbal somatic. You have to be able to move.
okay. She makes these noises. She's hogtied.
Yep. Road wakes up because he trusted to fall asleep. He's probably still going to be tired because he's had a long day yesterday and he didn't get much sleep last night because someone tried to attack him in his sleep. But I'm going to go around and I'm going to start kicking people awake gently.
Done out of love.
I wouldn't say
Yeah.
that. It's done out of respect more than anything.
The half orc and the elven dancer who still live, they wake up as well. They eye web fearfully and kind of keep their eyes on her, and they just kind of hang around. They're trying to stay a little bit. Sort of away from scary people.
Do not worry about the web. I plan on carrying her back in the chest.
The elf says she's still under the effects of the enchantment of the music, I believe.
I am well aware. I have detected the magic about 55 days ago.
That's
She starts flailing in place trying to get free, but she can't, I'm sure.
the elf says, I believe it was the bard who was responsible for it, though he doesn't appear to be around.
No, I let him go. As I am letting you go.
Oh, thank you.
But I need to ask you a very simple question.
Yes.
Do you have access to cold weather clothing? It is very cold outside.
She says, yes, in the curtained off area there's cold weather for the servants.
Then you should go and get ready, for we are leaving soon. Bring whatever you can carry, it is all yours. Whatever knickknacks or trinkets you have managed to get.
Thank you, sir. You are as noble as you are strong.
Yes, yes, I am.
Don't forget your patty wax.
I'm going to get those bits of paper as well and stick them in my bag.
Mhm.
Notes. Unless someone else has already taken them.
Does Samson get any extra points from sleeping that night?
Yeah, you'll get the standard recovery for a good night's sleep.
Right, Lex, can I ask a favor?
Yeah.
I'm
depends
going to
on the
do I'm going to do something interesting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the chest lid.
Uh-huh.
Right? So it's no longer on it at all, because the chest was just a prop anyway. Right? I'm then going to strap it with ropes, right? So like it could be pulled along behind me. And I'm going to put web inside, like like a sled, but without the
Mhm.
runners. Yeah. And I'm going to literally put web in it, cover her with a blanket so she doesn't freeze to death on the way home.
Yeah.
Then set the fucking thing on fire and leave. I'm kidding. Take her with us. I'm sure Listy will help us deal with the problem.
Okay, if she
And if
thinks
nothing else,
I'm sorry, but if she thinks he's taking her out, she's gonna like flail and moan, make all these noises like she's being attacked, and
doesn't not bother me.
okay,
Yep.
she just makes a lot of racket.
Yeah, she does indeed.
I do not care, little web. You have been rescued. We are taking you home, to your real home.
So as you go to take her out of the room, so that kind of area, when the Chester Dragon gets beyond this wall, yeah, that's right, son. So when you get past this sort of threshold bit, her struggles and her shouts become yelps and screams. You can hear them through the gag that you put on her.
Is she dying? Or is she just in pain? Because I can deal with either one.
You can open up the
The chest isn't
chest.
closed. It's not closed. It's actually
okay.
the lid's been removed,
she's
so I can see her.
She's flailing around, and she looks like she's in super pain, but she also looks like she likes it, but it looks like it's hurting
yeah,
her.
she's close to fitting.
Should have killed the druid. Should have killed the fucking bard. Suppose if she fits, that means she's quiet.
Are there any torches in the room?
Yeah, there's a few sort of strewn around the room.
Okay. Am I able to speak? Did he take the little thing out of, or did it fall out of my mouth? A little.
He'd have to remove it for you to be able to speak, which he can do if he wants to.
She tries to get his attention. She's
Looks a
in
little
pain.
web.
She's still in pain. Did he bring her back into the room, or is she still like in that area?
Well, I would have brought her back if she was in that much pain.
Okay. She takes a breather for a second, and then she tries to get his attention.
Remove the gag, but be very careful of magic missiles. My shield in front of me going, "What do you want, little web? We are trying to leave."
The pain is so delicious, but you have to make it stop. I could show you.
Looks at Sun and says, "Do you know how to dispel magic, my friend? Because I do not have that skill."
That won't
I've
work.
not acquired the third circle of magic yet.
Okay then, little web, what shall we do?
I
Tell
promise
us
I'll
what
be
we
good.
need to do.
You have to free
I am
me.
not. I am not untying you, little web. You must tell me first. Then I will decide if I will untie you.
She
You have
glances
already
around.
tried to attack me in the middle of the night. I will not have it happen again.
The notes from the bard. You have to burn them. She smiles at him. And then I'll be free.
Well, you'll still technically be tied up.
There's a torch over there. Just burn them.
How am I convinced am I that she's telling the truth?
Hmm. You are a shaman. You do know about magics and things.
Well,
You
I know
could-
more about spirits and ancestors. So she's not
Yeah.
possessed.
She's definitely
purely
under the
magical.
effects of like some kind of long-standing charm.
Brawl,
You di-
I have not heard from you in a while. I need your attention.
Are you going to summon your Groll?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your spiritual companion Groll. The rest of the party see an elderly bear man, kind of shimmers into existence.
Ah, greetings, girl, my finest ancestor.
Right. What do you want?
Did I wake you from the happy hunting grounds again? I apologize.
Yes.
Did you catch anything nice?
Yes, many things. All that tasted good.
Ah, good. I look forward to going to the happy hunting grounds myself. It sounds fun. Anyway, the reason why I've called you is we have a slight problem with this web. We're obviously talking in Ursa Major together.
Mm-hmm.
We've got lots of grumblings and rumblings and kind of thing. And it's like, yes, but I need. She is under the effect of some form of charm, yet I am unable to break it. Do you have any suggestions?
He walks over, and Webb, you can see this ghostly, bizarre sort of presence of a bear as it leans over you, and he kind of peers down at you.
She smiles
And
back
he looks
at him.
back at her. He grins and winks at you.
She winks back. I
He-
told him the truth,
He
but he just wants to hurt me.
the bear looks back at Road and says, "This one doesn't speak the truth. She speaks partial truth. She likes it when you hurt her, but I wouldn't trust her beyond that. You see her eyes?" And he kind of like indicates her eyes. That glassy look. That's more than just a spell. There's been a kind of like probably a ritual involving reagents have been used here. Yes, definitely. It has that smell about it. Pretty little thing, isn't she?
Yes, but she is my friend, and I do not wish her to suffer. So I wish to either help her.
Gruul, are you speaking of the true Dwemer?
I'm not lying. He's
Tenth
lying. I'm
level
not
magic.
lying to you.
Yeah.
To be fair, he is talking to me in my own tongue. You probably wouldn't understand him unless you asked.
Oh, okay. I thought I could hear it. Sorry.
Unless he switched to common, Lex can tell us.
Yeah, he's talking in common.
Yeah, because he talked to me.
When he talks directly to Road, he'll be in that bit. He's commenting in common. I think he
What is
probably
he
thinks
saying?
having everyone understands a good idea.
Okay. She's like, what is he telling you? He's lying to you. He wants to hurt me too. They want to hurt me, she looks back. Free me. Burn the notes.
Raimu?
I do believe that she said free her.
Yes, yes. Be careful, little friend. She tried to attack me and kill me.
Yeah, we're not going to free her, are we? That would
Only
be-
once she is normal webkey. I do
No,
not
we're-
like this new webkey.
We're
that would be
going to
foolish.
we're going to keep her tied up until I learn the third circle of magic, and then I shall cast a dispel magic spell upon her. Let's tie her up.
What-
Put her in a
what
box.
she-
Let's go.
I've already, but every time we try to leave, she is in incredible pain. I do not wish to cause her pain.
Are we not entirely sure that it doesn't have to do with the bardic notes that she wants to burn?
I am not entirely sure she is telling us the truth. There is something about her way she say it that makes me a little bit concerned. So what I plan to do is I speak to Groll. Groll tells me what I need to do. Groll advises me. So shut the fuck up while I talk to Groll.
Groll
Then I go
kinda-
back to
he looks at you and he's like, this, I think the cat, this cat, is it a cat? He kind of like looks at Samson like, huh.
Oh, that is a cat man called Samson. He's very good at missing when he's stabbing people in the back.
It's like, oh, he's interesting. Things change. He's onto something, and he's like, I grow weary. Release me back to my great hunt.
No, I release him back to his great hunt.
He shimmers and disappears.
So what was the idea for Samson? What did Samson say? What is your idea, little cat man?
She seems to be afraid of the bardic notes. She wanted to burn them, perhaps. Perhaps we should burn them. Perhaps we should burn them in a certain order. There's got to be
No,
something amongst
no,
these
But
no.
books,
that is,
yeah?
but that is what she recommended.
No. I don't think so.
No, that's not what I'm
I-
recommending. I'm recommending burning them in a certain order.
No. There'll be no burning. Thank you. These are bardic notes of spells. I'm sure of it. Now, if I could decipher these and turn them into arcane text, I may be able to extrapolate a spell from them that will free her from her present state.
How
This
long
is
must-
a good plan.
How long must that take?
I don't
Yes,
know.
how
I
long
shall
will it
have to research.
We
Could
are a
take
little bit
several
stuck
weeks.
on time because we cannot bring her. We cannot leave her with this way because she'll be in pain. And I cannot keep her unconscious for the entire time because that would just break her face.
Leave me here, love.
Oh,
I'm
just
done
No.
for.
just punch her until she's bleeding internally, and then stop the bleeding so that she's in a coma. That's all you need to do.
She looks over.
What kind of Ursus Major do you think I am?
The kind with big fists that could punch her in the face?
If you are not careful, little man, I will punch you in the face.
So, son, you realise from your line of thought, you're like, yeah, this, although it's bardic, it does have an arcane sort of twist to it. You reckon if you spent a couple of hours in uninterrupted study, you could get the hang of these papers and see what you can find out?
Well, I suppose after a couple of hours of uninterrupted study, I could get a feel for these bardic notations and figure something out.
Then why are we still talking? Get to work. We do not have all day.
Right. Looks like there's a lab right over here. I'll get started.
Convenient.
Okay.
She gave Webb some breakfast on the table.
This is
But I'm
absurd,
going to
Rad.
feed it.
You should free me. I promise I'll be good.
Yes, you said that last night, and then you tried to rip my heart out through my chest. I will not let you go until I. am
Road, don't
100%
forget, big fists, punch in face.
I
It's
already
okay.
did that.
It's okay because your heart is protected by a cage.
No, it is not. It's protected by solid muscle and a nice piece of stone plate that I wear.
She
Again.
mutters.
Again, metaphors aren't really a thing for him. You gotta understand this. His heart is not literally protected by a cage. So I'm gonna settle down by the door and wait for Sunraw to do his research. Anything else you have to say, Webb?
I told you all you needed to do was burn them.
At this point, I'm just going to put the gag back on her.
Mm,
I'm getting no sexual satisfaction out of this. Just letting you know, man. This is not.
that's not my aim, my friend. But it's good role playing.
This is the odd. My little friend Webkey's not up to snuff. Wow, has Paul not come back yet? I hope he's all right. To be fair, Gorban hasn't woken up yet, so we're all good. I want to grab a drink, guys.
Yes. I weirded him out.
I think it was the sound you made.
I don't even have a voice changer. I'm sure you could have done it better, my friend. Damn, I wish I had like my sound meter on here. I have a bunch of I got that whole page of just sayings. It's hilarious. I didn't know they did this. This is actually kind of cool whoever made the site. They probably have them for all the characters.
Ah, yes. I see. Yes, of course. It says here, she bathed naked, with no man watching, with roses red and violets blue. Then she slept on a bed of leaves, and here it mentions a pregnancy and a child.
Nice.
So I guess what that means is I shall have to watch her bathe and then lay her down on a bed of leaves and impregnate her. Fine. Let's get on with it. All right. There's the water. Road, you know what to do.
Samson says, "That's not what it says." Oh no, maybe that's what it says. Unless you're just joking while he's gone. It's a good one though.
Yeah, you appear, Son, you appear with your training to have puzzled out the regents that were used and the steps that were taken. The part about pregnancy in a child, it's kind of there's a gap between that could be result, or it could be a metaphor for something. But you figure you've got the regents down and the sort of what needs to happen before she sleeps to kind of break her from this.
Right. Well, Road, you shall have to take off her dress, which I think you tried to do before, and couldn't. And then, with no man watching, looks around. I don't see any men here, so
He's still not back yet.
tear off her clothes, throw her in the water, throw some roses and violets in there, and then just put her on the bed of leaves over there by the cage, and then you might have to impregnate her, or me, maybe. Maybe we should all take a turn.
Please form an orderly queue.
Let's all have a go, gents.
Roll for initiative.
I cannot, because her clothes will not come off. We could just
Well, perhaps
throw her in fully clothed.
perhaps the
That is a
roses and violets meant her clothes. Doesn't she have roses on, like embroidered on the fabric of her dress?
There's some in her hair.
She does, yeah.
Some in her hair too.
Well, let's try dunking her in water a few times and throw her onto the bed of leaves and see what happens.
Huh, better choice than some. Picks it up from the chair.
I do say there's roses here on the table, and
They're violets. Well, go grab
No.
me some of them and bring them over.
Those are
Oh, yes, of course. Bleeding roses. How quaint.
Very, very 1950s. Okay, so I'm gonna start dragging her over, gently, not hard, towards the pool of water.
Okay. No virus scanner. Stop.
I am gonna remove the gag as we get close.
Be sure to
Yeah.
scrub behind her ears.
Do not worry.
She could
I
hear
know what
everything.
I'm doing.
She could hear everything Rod said, right? Or I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Sun said, right?
Yeah.
You can't do this to me. She says, I'll become pregnant. She says, with his baby. She says,
Whose baby?
that evil creature.
Whose baby? Whose evil creature?
You talking about Chubba the Butt?
The throne, the man on the throne. She says,
He's dead.
You can't do this to me. She says,
Yes, we can, and we must make you better.
Well, I'll just research how to abort it, I guess, and we'll be on with it. Let's go! Chop chop!
I love how efficient and cruel Sun is.
He is. He's a definite Brunei elf, isn't he? He's so efficient
Yeah,
and
he
cool.
just goes around curb stomping people as well. It's awesome.
Samson is just like, really? I thought I was the sinister guy for wanting to kill.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw some of the roses and some of the violets into the water,
You do so.
and it's gonna be swiftly followed by Webkey.
I was about to say,
Well, I'll
don't,
keep her
don't
head
forget
up-
to throw
I'll
Webkey
keep-
in.
I was gonna keep her head above the water so she doesn't drown. 'cause that would-
Yeah, you
Maybe-
can do. You can...
Maybe part of the time.
Yeah, she's tied up, so.
Exactly. So I'll just like drop her in and just like keep her head above the water. Like,
Yeah, you can dunk her.
And
that's
dunk-
no problem.
And every time she starts to complain, I'll just dunk her, so I don't have to listen to her bitching and moaning at me. How often do I have to do this, Sunroll?
You know, just get her clean, whatever. Alright, that's good, that's good. Now put her on the leaves.
Okay, pick her up,
Mhm.
drag her over to the leaves, and throw her on the leaves.
She's been waterboarded a little bit. She kind of just nuzzles against him if she can.
Okay, now
Yeah.
Stop creeping me out!
get ready to
Kind of
make her
sits on the
pregnant,
leaves.
just in case.
Say again?
And right before you put her on the leaf, she says, I'm glad that it's you.
You're not having my babies. I can tell you that now.
He looks up into his eyes. I'm glad that it's you that's placing me on the leaves.
Just throws her on the leaves. I'm not bothered.
Okay, you place it. She sits on the leaves.
Damn it.
And then wait. I'm not one for finesse.
You're gonna wait for her to sleep.
Wait to see what happens, whether she explodes or something.
No, she doesn't explode, which is good. She just kind of sits on the leaves, tied up.
She flings her hair back so it's not in her face because it's all wet.
Okay, son, now what?
Well, I suppose I shall have to do her. Just turn your heads, alright?
Samson says, I will not take part in this tomfoolery.
Neither will I will not let anyone have sex with little Web. She's not old enough. I'm guessing.
Samson looks over. I'm like, if she was old enough, you would.
No, you weirdo. She's little Web. She's about she's about a third of my size. If we had sex, it would probably kill her.
Notice, I didn't bring that up. He did.
I'm just stating. Just stating. Save the record. That's why Road and Web will never get into a relationship. Because it will bring back horrible
Look,
memories of the book I read.
just look away. It'll only take a few seconds, alright? God.
Really, that's terrible, son.
Look,
Samson pulls-
it's been a
Dagger.
long time for me. I'm really sensitive right now, alright?
God,
So you,
I cannot allow you to live.
you
Fine.
guys kind of realise that the final step has not been fulfilled. And
But well, none of us are gonna fuck her, so
that's
GG.
not.
Well, I mean,
that
I
might not
will.
be it.
But
I will.
nowhere in it does it say that.
He says, let me see the damn scrolls. I can comprehend languages, right? As a. Oh, let's see here. Upon the summer sky, faint through the thing. Whereas, who wrote this? By Jove. Sleepy. As in the gentle slumbering, swoony.
From what I'm
Come
looking
on.
at here, right?
She must be
Is-
bare naked.
It doesn't say anything about naked.
It says naked bear. Displayed.
Upon her fell all naked bare displayed, the sunbeams bright upon her body played.
We need
Being
sun.
through form of bathing mollified and pierced in. I'm not. No, that is just having sex with her, man. Come on.
I'm just
No, it's
talking
not.
about the sun, like beams of the sunlight.
I like that word at the end, fructified.
Very nice.
Pierced into her wombie.
There is a step before this whole womb business that you're missing.
Maybe
Oh,
it's
we
the
are not-
sunbeams. She's not in the sunlight right now.
She is, because she's at the window where the sunbeams are.
You're not implying that we show off her chest, are you?
Well, I've actually got an idea.
Isn't anyone
I'm-
concerned
I'm-
about pregnant flesh?
I'm going
Wait.
to command her to sleep.
Doesn't it say that we all lay naked with her?
No, son, stop trying to have sex with Webkey.
We're learning
Genuinely
something
gonna-
interesting
I'm going-
about some.
I'm going to command her to sleep using the command spell.
Okay.
Sleep.
Saving throw, man. Saving throw, sucker. See. Throw that out there.
Can you make it?
God damn it.
No, you can't. You sleep.
Third.
She falls asleep.
Isn't anyone worried that there's some sort of foul demon that may come from her womb?
We will kill her, don't worry. We will kill the demon when it arrives. Do not fear.
Don't worry, I'll research how to kill babies. I don't care.
Whatever foul god made this place is truly demented indeed.
So, idle curiosity. When it says, no men, there's mention here somewhere about men not be far from all men's view, right? We're all technically men, well, male.
Or male, yes.
There's that, we, for the want of a female character, just saying.
Are you men?
Road,
I'm
Right.
technically male.
I'm okay now. I am okay.
Is she woken up, is she?
Yes.
Look at her eyes.
She's
You look her in the eyes, she has those same owly eyes, but they don't have that glassy quality that they had before.
she checks herself. See if anybody got up on her.
I stopped Sun from doing some nasty things to you, little aware. But you seem to be fine now, so I will release you from your bonds.
When he releases her from her bonds, she looks at her hands and her body that looks a lot different now. She looks less owly and more like a woman. She, not sure if she likes it or not, but she looks at the dress. She looks over at Red. Can we leave this awful place?
Yes, as soon as possible, please. It's
Finally!
starting to depress
Fuck! Let's get out of here.
me. Sun's off. Right, leave. Take everyone with us and leave.
Okay,
Pleasure to meet you, princess.
Come, little web. And the dancers and whoever else wants to come with us.
Roed.
Yes,
I'm sorry that I attacked you.
it is totally fine. You were under the effects of some form of spell. Do it again and I will just knock you out. It is totally fine.
She lets a smirk go off her face. She kind of walks up stairs, but slowly and kind of
Hurry up.
scared.
Come hither.
Why was that really creepy sound effect just played?
That was a weird
Lex,
macro
stop
that went off.
freaking me out, mate. Stop freaking me out, man.
You're all right. So, are you,
Demon.
where were you guys? Are you going to head back to the inn?
We're gonna head back to the town, yeah.
Okay.
We're all pretty beat up as well, so no fights on the way back, please, if you don't mind.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. There's the creepy sound effect again.
Okay, you make it back to the town uneventfully. You travel the safest of roads because you guys are feeling a little bit under the weather from your adventures. You make it back to the tavern.
I'm
Is
gonna
there
go
a-
through the door first and be like, "Good news, Listy, we have rescued the web key."
She smiles from behind the bar top. She's like, "That's great news. Why don't you all come in and eat, drink, and rest?"
Not a problem. We were going to do that anyway.
Webkey looks for a mirror. Is there a mirror in this place?
Yeah.
I can't move my token. Wait, can I? I can't move it. Oh, wait, no, I can. No, I can. You just don't have the thing set up.
Oh, there we go.
I was just used to your Glass Dungeon. Where is the mirror, by the way? Behind the counter?
Yeah.
She goes and she kind of like hops over the counter, glances over at the owner for a second, and then looks herself in the mirror.
Listy, where's the goblin?
She looks over you. Oh, he said something about he had some business to take care of. Something about training a footpad. He said he'd be
Ah.
back later.
Interesting.
My friend Wilhelm, he's still here, right?
Yes, I believe he is. I think he's in his rooms.
I think I've had enough of dungeons and bears and princesses.
Samson bows stage left. I'd like to see him back at some point, to be fair. I really enjoyed Samson. He's quite a good character.
Webkey looks at her back. My wings are gone. I'm a woman.
Yes, yes, you are a woman. You were a woman before, just with weird eyes.
I don't
And
know.
wings.
One adventure of these guys and you're a woman.
I know, right? At least she wasn't raped.
She looks at the her new scarf wings things. And
I can't believe you turned your character into Eve. Just saying.
flails him about wasn't my fault.
Mm,
I just go where the GM takes me.
exactly. That's why I like about Lex. He changes shit just to confuse people.
Give me an inch and I'll take a mile.
So, Listy, we have dealt with the problem. We have returned Webkey, but there is something I need to request.
Mm-hmm. What were you thinking?
Places the aura, the symbol of oral on the table. And says, well, we need to dispose of this.
Oh, she says, "I'll take that." And she kind of reaches out to grab it. Assuming you don't stop her, she takes it.
No, we have used. We no longer need it. It served its purpose.
Awesome. So yeah, you guys can indeed. Listy puts on a spread of food and drink for you all. You can all partake of the food and drink if you wish.
She turns her head. And realizes it can't turn all the way around anymore.
That's true. It won't.
She turns her body around.
And when you try and turn your head all the way around, your eyes move instead, which makes you feel a bit dizzy the first few times it happens.
I need to lie down.
Road, you can smell the inn. You can smell ale and food and stuff like that. You get a general sense that there's people in and out of the inn. Lots of smells. It's a really well sort of walked and used place. If you're sort of generally smelling the air, or if you want to sort of sniff something in particular.
something doesn't feel right, and that's just me as a player. And Road's had a bit too much of the whole weird shit going on, so he's still sort of coming down from that sort of weird shit coming on, and does something doesn't feel right. Because normally this place is packed, but it's empty. It's just listy. Normally there's a guy there. Normally there's a goblin. Normally there's a guy over in the corner. They can't all be busy.
Mm-hmm.
She ate them all.
Well,
Witch.
They're in the
Sniffing the-
pies.
I'm gonna sniff the food
Okay.
because I'm not 100% convinced it's. I'm not trying to be like mean about it. I'm just gonna sniff for anything unusual in the food.
Okay. You do indeed sniff the food, and
But I'm
do you
sorry,
have, like,
do I have what? Do I have
Do
a
you have, like-
magical note? Yes, I do.
no, I mean, do you have like cooking, or how do you assess the food without? It smells like food, I guess.
But is
Yeah,
there
it
anything
smells
weird?
like food. No, it's generally foody.
Maybe I'm just still paranoid from dealing with the guy.
That's understandable.
Maybe we should just eat and rest for a while. I am still wounded from my battle, but I did manage to. I did manage to spear a fat man onto his chair, which was very impressive.
Kind of listy leans over the bar top. So is Morlina dead?
The collector is dead.
Wonderful. That's great news.
That I did what do they call it? A reverse impalement.
Oh.
Instead of going from the bottom up, I went down through his throat and pinned him to his chair. He was not expecting it. He looked very surprised.
Well, it couldn't have happened to a more disgusting man. Thank you very much.
That's not a problem. I do not mind killing disgusting men. We also killed a few. We also killed his daughter, and I think Sunwood is a little bit weird.
She kind of nods at that comment and she smiles. She starts making herself busy behind the bar, doing sort of tavern ownery things like cleaning glasses and preparing the bar and making it look neat and tidy.
So, Listy, where's everyone gone?
She looks over her shoulder. Oh, I don't know. Life, I guess. Going about their businesses, really.
I see. So what happened with our little guest? She's still here, or have you moved her on?
Oh no. I took her to the. I want to say church, but I'm not going to because we know how disgusting those places are. It's the local school. I thought it best that she be put into somewhere that would give her a bit of structure rather than a tavern. Yeah, I
What
like
about
kids,
us?
but I'm not good with them.
What about us? She was a witness to a crime, to a murder of her friends.
Oh, she'll be fine. She won't say anything.
Did you cut her tongue out?
No.
Oh, that's what I would have done.
Well, you are a direct fellow.
I am rather. I was all planning on killing her, but the cat man was not too keen on the idea.
So her son attempts to get the attention of Webb.
I have a different toe. Something better. She looks over him.
I've got something you may be interested in.
Ooh,
Hello?
She shakes her head out of a daze. What is it?
The spider climb spell.
I wish I could turn invisible. She smokes her head down.
Oh, I see. Never mind. Take care.
She looks over at him. She doesn't like him. He runs away. He wants to rape people. He is an evil elf. She kind of hisses and kind of looks at him. I don't want your help. Your pity.
Right.
I think
But
it's
I will.
by Samson.
But I will thank you for saving me.
Yep.
Okay, the party folds, everyone leaves, goes their own way. Game over.
Yeah, so Rad goes off to bed. He's tired. It's been a long day. The dwarf also goes off to bed. The dwarf is tired often.
We had to wake him up, so he's not happy.
Yeah, he mentioned something about being woken up, and I just want to go back to sleep. And off he goes.
Have a nice rest.
Son, you noticed that Samson, he went into his quarters in the back of the tavern, like a little sleeping area.
Ah. Listy,
Yes.
I've no coin. Is there a way that I could start maybe a tab or something and have a room?
She grins
I'm-
at you from over the bar. I think that's fine. It's the least I can do. You've done a lot of things for me.
Right.
Plus, we've got loads of coins from the dungeon, so you just paid out of that.
Yeah, there's a larger room. If you go through that back door, take a right. There's a room there,
Ah.
and you can certainly share that one. The dwarf is in there, but there should be a couple of places to sleep. And she kind of like motions you, and she says there's a few rooms down there, and she says you can take one of those.
All right. Thank you.
You hear talking from the room as you're walking by.
I stopped to listen.
And there's this gigantic, ginormous purple worm. My slave. I slayed it with my dagger.
I called through the wall. It was a green worm and it had tits. And I just go into the next room.
You actually killed it. I can't remember. It's been that long.
It's been that long. It's been
It was the
torture
dwarf.
since.
It was the dwarf. So it wasn't even you that killed it, Samson. It was the dwarf.
Dwarf
Come here.
chaosed it.
Yeah, kill stealing bastard.
They don't know can't hurt them.
Fair enough.
Perception's
Okay.
policy.
So I am resting.
Yeah, so you guys rest up, I figure. Samson telling stories of his bravery, the dwarf snoring, Road sleeping too, so we'll put him in.
I'm in the
those
cellar,
quarters.
mate. I'm not in the quarters.
In the cellar?
I'm in the cellar. That's where I sleep.
Okay, in the cellar.
There's only one way in the cellar, so people can't ambush me.
Yeah. Web also rest too. You can sleep for most of the night. That's no problem at all. And when morning starts, the morning breaks as it normally does. People start to wake up, you imagine, and you all pretty much wake up.
Gets ready, puts his armor back on, and heads upstairs.
I'm gonna go to Listy and ask her if I can make breakfast for everyone. Else, like she should thank them somehow.
Okay. So, as you guys, especially you, Webb, we'll put you in the doorway here. And Road, you're out the back. As you kind of push open the staff entrance, that one should be on the GM there, naughty. You look in there and you can see that there are quite a number of elves in there, and Listy's having a conversation with a male elf, and there's another elf with him, but there's quite a few of them, and they're all just kind of stalking their way through the inn.
Can I move silently to get through the door and like maybe they don't notice me?
You can give it a go. You'd have to roll very well. It's not bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah, you could make it. You could probably get to about this kind of area or that kind of area before someone spots you.
Can I get in the door?
Yeah, you can do.
Alright, I'm gonna get in the door. So when I get inside, I'm gonna go tell everybody that the Inquisition is here.
Okay. Everyone apart from Road, who's in the cellar. I like cellars.
He's getting armed up, you know.
Yeah.
No, it's only because there's one door, and because that's where he slept. Because it was comforting. It's down.
Yeah.
It's like a den.
And it's cool as well. You like the cold.
Picks up his shield, picks up his spear. Because even though they're not necessarily needed on guard, like when he's guarding a tavern, you never know when one might need them.
Yeah.
So head up the stairs slowly.
Okay, you walk up the stairs.
All the minions are returning to their master. Yeah, I even tell Sun too, because he's just another target. Tell the dwarf, tell Samson and his friend,
Okay.
human guy, beard.
The dwarf's is very hard to wake.
Okay,
He's actually, that's one of his traits.
Then I'm gonna try to go outside and I'm gonna try to hop over the bar and get into this door right here.
Okay, you'll make it.
moves
You'll
out.
definitely make it to the bar. That's fine because you already passed your move silent. I'm fine with that. Roll a dex check to see if you can get over the bar without sort of tripping over it.
Face planting the bar.
Hey, I got over it.
Nice. Yeah, you can skip over the bar.
I want to go through the door.
Hmm.
At this point, I come out from the back kitchen.
I'll go downstairs to go get him, but he's not there.
That was a good roll. Listy looks round and she says, "Ah, Road, do you come over here, dear?" And the elves they each kind of take a little step forward,
Grins.
and you can see that standing next to her is this fellow,
Seen him before.
and also
Seen him
This fellow.
before. Yes, Listy. What can I do for you today?
she says, "Could you be a dear and go and get your fellows? I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to come with us. Let's not
To
make
where?
a scene."
Come with you where?
Oh, Road, don't be simple about this. Come on now.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Listy.
The male elf looks at her and says, "Oh dear, it would appear the animal doesn't understand at all." And the elves, they all brandish their weapons openly.
Oh, yes. I know what this is about. This is about how we all completely destroyed the local resistance.
Listy looks over you, son, and says, "Yes, that's precisely what it's about. And you did a very good job. In fact, you did a better job than I could have done, and I need to thank you guys for that. You've enabled me to take my first step in my brand new career. Isn't that right, my friend?" And She kind of.
Yes, of course. Are you gents here to offer us the reward?
The one with the axe kind of looks at you and grins. He says, "Oh yeah, we've got a reward of sorts. What I'm going to
You're
need for you to
intimidating.
do is to drop your weapons if you don't mind. And the big guy over there, he points at Road. If you do the same, that'd be great."
If I don't find Roy downstairs, I'm gonna run back up the stairs. Try to figure he's not down there. I'm gonna go out this way because I went the other way. Obviously, he's not
Yeah.
that way. And then I'm gonna crack the door and I'm gonna look outside to see if I see anything out there.
Yeah, you can see that Road's sort of standing on the side, like on that little corner of the bar. You can see there's an elf there. You see the elves that are kind of in a set, like a semicircle around them, and the ones in the back row, they're kind of reaching into their things. They're taking bows out, and they kind of nook arrows into them, and they ready the bows, pointing. Some of them pointing at Sun, some of them pointing at Road.
Okay, I didn't get to hear what Listy said, but I'm gonna pay attention to her because I've always had my suspicions that she's not what she seems to
Okay.
be. And
So let me get this right, just so I understand. You are not an honorable person, Misty.
She's kind of
You-
play.
Go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm pointing to the. I'm looking at the guy with the giant axe because he doesn't intimidate me in the slightest. And I said, you want me to drop my weapons, yes?
That's right.
And your men over there with the bows, they want to shoot me full of arrows, yes?
Oh no, they don't want to shoot you with arrows. They will shoot you with arrows.
I am not convinced.
Yes, 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 of course. There must be some kind of misunderstanding. Will you, gents, care to, step outside a moment with me? I can't have the bear hear this.
The guy with the big axe sort of looks at you. It's like, you know what? It's disgusting to see you associating with these beasts. He points at the bear. These disgusting creatures.
Yes, 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 of course. Road, would you mind plugging your ears a second? Hello? Hello? Yes, yes. You see, gents, this is my direct action cell. Yes, I've recruited these people myself, including the bear over there, to infiltrate and destroy the resistance, which was just done last night. So if you could convey this news through the chain of command, that would be great.
The male elf, who's clearly an inquisitor, he kind of looks you up and down. Ah, I see an aspirant. This is very interesting. Yes, Listriana. She orchestrated this as a way of walking her way up the promotional ladder. But I can see that you have that glint of aspiration as well. I didn't think that I would get 2 novice inquisitors today, but I just might. Tell you what, we are unconvinced of the loyalty of your stooges, shall we say. If you would be so good as to gather them, we will take them to a secure area where we can fathom their loyalty. Of course, you, being one of us esteemed Prunay, will not join them in the cells. But do this, and you will take a significant step up
Yes,
that
yes, yes.
particular ladder.
Well, the thing about that is, you see, I've unwittingly manipulated them up to this point, and you're sort of blowing my cover. Yes, by being here.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. I would hope to avoid any unnecessary violence and killing. Perhaps perhaps if you could maybe make the bear man go to sleep. I'm sure we can round the rest up. That would stop anyone getting hurt.
But
Web-
then,
web
how
become-
could my direct action cell continue our work? Wouldn't that
whispering, or
defeat
they
the purpose of having a direct action cell in the beginning?
they
In the
whispering
first
or are
place?
they talking normal?
The male Inquisitor isn't whispering. He's just talking. normally.
Okay, cool. Then Webkey will come out at that point.
Okay.
He says, "We are part of the Inquisition." She shows her ring off. She still got it. I hope I do.
Okay, let's see. If he
Oh yes,
recognizes-
Road, would you mind showing these gents your medallion?
I do not have it. I gave it to Misty.
She looks over at Road and she smiles cruelly at him. The Inquisitor looks at the ring upon Webkey's finger. Let's see if he can work out whose it belongs to. Damn. He indicates with a hand at her. Varys, Catherine, bows on this one, Thief, and two of them change their targeting onto you, Webkey.
She was a traitor. She says, "A traitor to the cause."
Well, isn't this complicated? The Inquisitor says, and he's grinning. He kind of puts his arms around Listy. They seem very familiar. This is very complicated. We have a stolen
Lizzie-
ring. We have someone saying that one of our owns turned against us. That's why they took them. I'm not convinced. I really do think, Mr. And he kind of motions to Sun. Your name?
Sun touched in the old tongue. Yes.
Ah, yes. It would. I feel that I don't want to eliminate your cell, but I'm not sure I can trust them. You understand? Just a few minor probing questions are in order. If they are willing to come with us peacefully, then I'm sure nothing bad will happen to them. Perhaps you should speak to them. You obviously realize the seriousness of the situation.
Is it clear that Listy's kind of thrown us under the bus a little bit?
She hasn't said so, but yeah, they're so familiar, these two. Let's see
Then
if I
she
can get it.
says she sent us to kill them. She says she's
That's them pretty
been
much.
sending us on missions to kill the Inquisition.
The Listy openly laughs, and it's a cruel and hateful laugh. The Inquisitor also chuckles and says, "Look, she doesn't even know who she fights for. Son, you really have done a number on this one in particular. She doesn't even know who she's working for. I really do think they need a little bit of time in the cells, just so that we can ascertain their loyalty. Please gather your cell up, and we will escort them there, where no harm will come to them as long as they don't resist.
Right,
sounds
right.
civil?
Sure. Cell this way into the kitchens.
The guy with the axe, he stops and says, no running out the back. I suggest bringing them all out here so that we can keep our eyes on them. And two of the elves decide that they're going to go this way.
Okay,
towards
before
the habitation.
as that's happening, Samson's gonna tell like Wilhelm, Yellow Snow if they're there, and even the dwarf if he's there. Like, I think we can take them.
I like this, Samson.
Let's even the odds a bit, shall we?
And so Sunreal does whisper, run for it as he passes.
Run for it. Run for it.
You can bolt the moment you get through the doors if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna point with Road to bolt. I know the way. Which is this way. And end up with the group. As they end up in the back rooms following us. So yeah, I'm gonna run this way. And try to get Road to go with me.
I'm gonna follow them.
Okay. Road, are you running as well? Pretty much the way out would be
Webkey's
like
gonna tell her.
out the back there.
Oh, that's the back door?
Yeah. Because if you went, say, this way, you'd have to go through the kitchens, round behind the bar, where there are many elves with bows, and the Inquisition, and jump over here to get to your friends.
There's our friends.
True, true. If you, I mean, you could just scream run, and I'm sure the thief over here could jimmy open a window in the back, and the cat's small enough to get through. And the dwarf
We'll see if he
could
can
probably
jump through
just
that
like.
window.
There's a chimney he could climb up.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright. Well, Webkey kind of directs Road, like, she's like, she tries to wave at him, like, go! And, like, she tries to run through the door, like, but she will try to get the bear through the door first. Exposing her back.
Road just stands there, and he hasn't taken his eyes off the big executioner guy. He's just watching him very carefully.
He says, she's betrayed us. She says,
Oh, do not fear, little web. I already that. I may be an Ursus Major, but I am not stupid.
then she'll go on the back. If he's not moving, she'll try to pull him. Come on, let's go. I don't-
Okay. So as you guys go out the back, the elves don't like this, obviously. Samson can see what's going on. He'll motion to Snow, who's not here, to actually get out. So they
Lex,
will-
can I ask a question? This
Yeah.
This table next to me, is it bolted to the floor?
No, it's just a table.
What I'm gonna do then, after Webkey moves through the door, I am going to sort of grab the table
Mhm.
and then just heave it directly at Listy.
Okay. cool.
Like pure anger, just like "Rah!" throw the table. I'm not trying to hit them, I'm trying to confuse them a little bit as this giant table flies through the air.
Yeah.
and
you
Then
can-
I'll step through the door and grab Webkey in one arm and head towards the back door.
Okay, she's gonna try to grab a pan while he's doing that, while she's running by the stove. She needs a
Okay,
weapon.
so you grab the table and you throw it at Listy.
Do you want me to roll or?
Yeah, I definitely want you to roll to see if you can hit Listy with a table. I'm okay with this.
I'm not sure what my benefit is. It's probably going to miss, but it's a big table.
That is not going to hit her AC.
No, it's not. It probably won't.
Yeah,
'cause I've got really low deck.
Well, if
No,
it
that's
doesn't
fine,
hit her, it's them, right?
It like
I'm aiming
crashes
for the
into.
crowd.
Yeah, you lob it into Listy, the elf with the massive axe, and the Inquisitor, and it kind of smashes against them. Is good. The elves will. Yeah, they'll do that. As you're there, I think 4 of them can take shots as you're running. So
I'm not running. I'm backing up.
yeah, so miss.
I'm
18?
I'm sort of backing up through the door, and as soon as the door shuts behind me,
Yeah.
So 18, no.
No, it's 19 I need, isn't it?
Yeah, you need 19.
I'm gonna grab a
So-
pan while we run by the stove, just so you know. I need a weapon, so.
Yep, 4 arrows kind of like one hits your shield, the others kind of like hit the door frame and around the door, and you hear Listy scream, "Kill them!" in a really sort of it's a really evil and haggish kind of sound to her voice. It's horrendous, and you'll leg it out the back door.
Out the fucking back door. I'm gone.
Out the you kick the fucking door
Carrying-
down. And you...
The door is no longer on its hinges.
Yeah.
There's just like a bear-shaped like outline in the door frame.
Yeah,
Webkey,
no worries.
carrying Webkey.
Now, if I cast Magic Missile to that
Yeah.
open door, will it find its way under the crack of the other door and hit Listy?
If you can see her, you can shoot
You've
her.
got to see the target before you can fire them.
Yeah, so you
Oh, I
won't-
thought you just have to know where they actually are.
Yeah, that's true.
And it
You-
But
follows
the
them.
problem is you'd be firing blind, I assume.
No,
Because
isn't
you
that the
wouldn't
whole...
know where she currently. But you
Isn't-
wouldn't be able. You wouldn't be able to currently see where she is, even though you know roughly where she was standing.
No,
I'm not
oh
quite
yeah.
sure how magic missile works.
No,
so-
I think Magic Missile hits the target every time, but you just need to know where they're like at. Like if they're in a room, and you like look in and you see they're in the room, then you back away and you're not looking in the room, you can cast a spell.
Let's
It will
have
go
a
around the
look.
corner.
Wizard's fingertip, blah de blah. This includes enemy creatures in melee. The target creature must be seen or otherwise detected to be hit. However, yeah, fuck it. You can fire magic missiles at her if you like.
Yeah, it goes around the wall.
I'll give you a parting shot.
Sweet. Flies into the door thing, and she feels the sting of my new red, pinkish magic missile.
Cool.
Nips her in the butt. Shh.
Nice. And you do indeed kick the door open and flee.
Okay, now that
you
the
come-
windows. Oh, sorry.
And as you are running from the back of the inn, you can see on the other side where the guest quarters were, you can see Yellow Snow, Samson, they make it through the window. Wilhelm and also a rather angry, confused-looking dwarf kind of rolls through the window, falls over, and they join you in running.
Now wait a minute. Before we get to that,
Mhm.
Yellowstar goes through the window, so Samson's like, I got a second chance to go in through the window to redeem himself. So he wants to run and jump through the window. Which if he falls,
Can you put me
Well-
back, Lex? I accidentally left. I pressed the wrong button on my Google Chrome. Thank you.
so if he misses, then Wilhelm will pick him up and be like, "What are you doing?"
Okay.
But he's trying to like, dex his way through it like I'm a cool cat. So we'll see what that roll is. This saying rolling. I gotta close out the browser and reopen it. Oh shit. Slow. 18.
You smash into the door, like the window frame.
Wilhelm says, "What are you doing?" And he tosses him through the window.
I swear, like, windows are like your bane.
I just want to see if he gets through the window and, get his honor back, but apparently I can't get my honor back.
Not yet.
No,
Not
but
yet.
you do have a rather interesting cat-shaped dent in the window frame.
Yes, exactly. Okay, you guys dash out onto the streets, and the Inquisition will be on your heels. And there, we will leave it for Arnie to create all those maps.
Yay!
I wasn't
What a-
sure which way
what a
you were going to
turn.
go.
What a
If you were
twist.
going to let them take you or not.
Ooh, I was actually going to fight.
You could have fought. This is true.
That's why I stayed silent, because I was just gearing up to charge. And then Webkey was like, "We gotta go, we gotta run." And I was like, "Oh, better. I may die in the process of killing these people, but it's not worth it." So
I honestly, I thought my ploy was gonna work, and then he just kept wanting to interview the other guys, and I was like, nope, not having it.
Yeah, time to go.
I
I'm not worried.
figured.
The thing is, this is what I find interesting, right? If they attack me and take me down to 0 hit points, I've not really had a chance to explore how much damage I can do with my claw bites, right?
Mhm.
And I get something like 3 rounds of claw bites or whatever it was. I think it's like constitution based or whatever. But I get a lot of combat where I'm just on 0 hit points, kicking the shit out of everything.
Do you get the typical bear hug if both claws hit
Yeah.
Yes.
with automatic
yes.
damage? Nice.
I think what happens. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that was my plan. I was going to go down swinging in the Blaze of Glory, but I really like this character, so I don't want him to die. So
Yeah, I like this whole
discretion is the
group.
better part of valor, so I ran. Yeah,
My
I'm ready.
guesstimate is that you end up killing these 3 guys over here. You probably kill one of these guys over here, then Listy brings out her like true nature as an evil fucking witch, and you just get murdered.
Yeah,
be
she's
fair,
probably
my-
like their Grand
This is how
Inquisitor or
this
some
is how I
shit.
was going to read it. I'm going to do a freehand drawing here. All right. This was my first. There's my first target. I was going to go straight over the table towards Listy. Right. I was going to push my way through these 2, start slaughtering all of these guys because they're quite low level and they're all archers. Right. And then once
Yeah.
I'd killed all of these guys over here and they were all dead. Right. And they scampered in pieces, I was going to come running around here at full speed. I was going to throw this guy over my shoulder. I was going to stomp on this guy. I was going to eat this guy's face. Then I was going to set fire to this guy with magic missiles. And I was going to run over here. I was going to beat these guys up, right? And then I was going to come over here and just slaughter these guys like that. And then I was going to open up a pub called the Dead Elves.
Fair logic, right?
How's that for a battle plan?
No, I like
Like
that.
one.
This
What
guy
do you think
right
about
here, I was gonna kill this guy with acid, and then hand him your axe, or hand you his axe. and then let you
I
go.
like my spear. I like my spear because it does lots of damage,
Yeah,
and I'm really looking forward to the fight between me and this guy right here.
yeah. I
How do
need to
get
give you
rid of all
that
my
axe.
scribbly lines, by the way.
We need to get that axe into your hands.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
we
do I
do.
get rid of all my lines, Lex? You get rid of them?
You select
believe
them
so.
like a token
I
and
win.
just delete them.
Oh yeah, but there's loads of them. I don't want to do that. I'll let Lex do it.
You just do a whole big select. Okay. Now I like the game so far. I like the fact that Listy from the get-go, like, I try to play this character intelligently. Like, she's not really. There's been a lot of times when, like, I've kind of, as a player, tried to play her intelligent, and then as a player, I've kind of seen where Lex is going with something, but I'm like 2 seconds behind it, like literally like around behind what he's like. I know he's gonna go there, and it's like, oh, I'm just not like my character's in the position to say something.
Yeah, that's the problem. I had a funny feeling last night something was gearing up because I could feel it. Like, you know, like when you got that gut feeling. I knew
Yeah.
something was odd because I remember Lex said to me last week, "There's consequences of your actions," right? And I know what Lex is like. I've known Lex a very long time, so I know how fucking deviously bastardy he can be, right? So as soon as we killed this guy, which I now regret, but tough shit, he was holding Webkey hostage, right? I knew that what we did last week was the slaughter of the Inquisition was going to have fallout.
Yeah.
Right. I knew it was going to happen, right? But I can tell you something now. Listy is now on my personal hit list, as is Mr. Winter's Axe. He's also on my personal hit list. So
Yeah.
if I see them again, you're going to have a hard time pulling me away from them
Like
because I'm going to want to kill them.
like
Nice.
3 or 4 games ago, she kind of got on Webkey's kind of radar. Is that there's something more to this woman,
Yeah,
And, like,
you almost sussed her out. I was like, oh shit.
right? And like I was like, but I can't really prove it. So the neat thing I think about Lex's game is the cool part about where we've kind of gotten to is we're all kind of coming together as a fellowship, as a group now. Like they're kind of falling into their like fortes. Like Webkey's
Yeah.
never gonna look at it the same way.
I like the way the party dynamic is going because we've all seemed to have our individual roles. Like obviously me, I'm sort of like the brutish. Even though my character plays a bit dumb, he's not as dumb as he looks. You know what I mean? He's smarter than the average bear. Yeah, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Well, no, like
Um,
you know what's rad about it is in the beginning, like this is what I mean by full circle. Because in the beginning, I could say things and I could see things coming, but Roed, he kind of wouldn't listen to me. Like he kind of did it his own way. And like if you noticed in the last few encounters, he's actually kind of listened to Webkey. And like so now I'm able to put that intelligence and then drop.
Well, the reason why I play him as dumb as a box of rocks. Well, play acting almost like a box of rocks, is because he doesn't have a very high intelligence or wisdom, but he's very blunt. He's very upfront. He doesn't deal with deceit very well.
Being
Which is why when Listy obviously revealed that she's a bit of a bitch, Ryder was just like, do I jump in and try and tear her face off before they get me?
being
You know,
blunt,
it's like a revenge thing.
being blunt could be interpreted as having low charisma, because charismatic people tend to sugarcoat things.
Well, I
and they're
have,
not- they're not
I
blunt.
have a low charisma too. So
There you
it's
go.
not much of a-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like the cool thing about these 3 people over here, because they've been kind of the core of the group, because you know we have a couple characters switching out, and Yellow's kind of not been around all that much. He's been kind of silent, right? But the core thing about these guys is in this particular encounter, you guys used all your assets. Like what's his name was the distraction as a thief, and he talked his way through it to give you guys time to be able to do something. And then Roy used his strength, and then Webkey was like, "We need a book," even though you know Sun said it already. You listened, so we all like listened to each other or did our parts like in that encounter.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest. It was a very close thing for my character. It was very close. He weighed it up. That's one of the reasons why I stayed quiet. I was like, do I bolt or do I stay and fight? Because my death could get you guys time to escape.
Because if I was Lex, I would have hurt you guys really bad in that encounter if you stayed and fought.
Yeah, I'm sure Lex would have like wiped my character out. And I've got no problems with a character dying if it's my decision to fight him. Do you know what I
Well,
mean?
the
No, I
Inquisitor,
gotcha.
I mean, the Inquisitor made his intentions clear. So
Yeah, exactly. So
you could have. The only 3 options you guys really had was fight, submit, or run. And I
Yeah.
did wonder which one you'd go for.
Yeah, because I
To be
see
fair,
more elves running in the door.
I get the feeling that these are quite high level characters we're up against. These Inquisitors.
Okay.
We're getting into it, and I think we're going to take a few more levels before we can start taking them off. But Listy and Winter's Axe and Inquisitor are now on my personal hit list.
Yeah.
So if I see them again, they will be getting a rather short introduction to my spear. Because I've been doing quite well with my spear. I really like my spear. It does lots of damage, and if I hit them, I'm going to crush them. And even if I do kill Winter's Axe, I'm not taking his axe. I'm not interested in his axe. My spear is much more interesting. But the dwarf might not be able to pick it up. It's huge. It's probably the same size as the dwarf. Unless it's
That's a good
magical.
point.
Don't magical items like restrict to the size of the person that they're with? So like if you give someone a magical sword, it'll shrink or grow depending on.
No,
the size of the
that's
person.
rings and clothing. Rings and clothing.
That
that-
sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, either way, the way I look at it is, I've really enjoyed this adventure so far because
Yeah.
it's not been the usual sort of run of the mill. Go here, kill this, do that, do the other. There's always been some sort of undercurrent, which I wasn't quite sure what was going on until tonight.
I think the story now will begin a proper. So,
Yeah,
as always, thanks everyone for coming, taking times out of your day to come and play in my crazy world. And I will definitely see you guys next week.
Yeah, definitely
I'm-
excited for next week.
yeah, it was awesome. I'm looking forward to next week. It's going to be a running chase.
Yes, flight
You
through
never
the
know.
town.
Webb might even get on me back this time while I run through the town.
Yeah, I can't fly anymore, so
All right, talk to you guys later.
Later, man.
yeah.
All right, thanks for watching. Go ahead and explore the links below. If you're watching this on YouTube, we have links on the homepage. We have links to our Patreon and PayPal. PayPal is just for one-time donations. The Patreon is for regular subscriptions. It's as low as $1, and it goes up to $5, $10, $15, and then $50. At the $50 level, each level has cumulative benefits with the levels below it. So at the $50 level, there's only one slot available for the $50 level, and at that level, all the benefits are you have access to a monthly newsletter. I give you a special Discord role on my Discord channel, in which you can talk to me while I stream world building streams. I will play in your game if you're a DM. You are given a copy of my campaign that has been sterilized. I will remove all of the lore and NPCs, but you can keep all the automation and monster sheets that I've created, which is thousands of hours worth of work. Trust me, I've been building it for over 2 years now. Also, I will teach you how to DM live on Twitch on my stream for as long as you continue at the $50 level. So, yeah, you'll be my co-GM of my homebrew game, The Orb of Solnod Hex. So if you're interested in any of that, go explore those links. There's also links to my my Twitter, my Twitch channel, and what else? Oh, my not my Twitch. I'm sorry, my YouTube channel. So, yeah, please like, share, subscribe, and yeah, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye bye.